We are live. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching All the Beer No Idea. My good mate Dean, that side. That's it. Yeah, I keep going the wrong way. I've obviously got the camera back to front or something. I don't know. But yeah, we're here with a live now. Triple Carmelite on the perfect draft. Dean's got his on the PD, set at 3 degrees. Mine's on the perfect draft pro. That is going to be set. Well, it's set at 6 degrees, so it should be interesting to see how different these beers turn out. So I'll hand you over to Dean to give you a little bit of spiel and what have you. So I'm sure Dean wants to have a little bit of a chat.
Well, I mean, I'll bash it back to Barry after I've said what I've had to say about it. I mean, Brewery Bastilles, fantastic little brewery, of course, absorbed by InBev. I'm not too sure when that happened, but I think they've been just allowed to just get on and do the beer as it is. I wouldn't say it's changed. I've had many a bottles before it came out in the big 750ml Cajun cork jobber that we've got on the supermarket shelves now. But yeah, many of the little 330ml bottles of that stuff from Waitrose. It's a solid triple from the ones that I've had in the past. So I am looking forward to giving it a bash on the PD, and obviously Basil talk about prices and whatnot about it because he's more clued up with.
Well, yeah, I've got a bit more of a maybe idea than you. So have you had any of this at all yet, Dean? No.
No.
So it will be totally new for you.
Totally new, yeah.
So there'll be a question I'll throw at you then once we get a little bit of the way in, because you've had it many times before. So It'll be interesting to see if you think it has changed or not.
I'm hoping it's going to be next level stuff like that it has done with, like when I've had beers before from bottle form and then add a keg on the PD. It's elevated that drinking experience a little bit more. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a nice little triple to be knocking back. It's 8.4, is it? 8.5?
8% this one, 8%.
Oh, 8%, right, okay.
I always get mixed up with that and the quack.
Yeah.
One's one, one's the other, but I always forget which one it is. Like,
and of course we did the quack, didn't we? And that was fantastic.
Yes, yeah. And you rather enjoyed it, didn't you, Mom?
Much merriment on that. Yeah, that's going to be the killer with this as well, isn't it? If I get the taste, that's it. It's just.
Well, I think you'll find this maybe better to drink. Maybe. I do think you might find this easier to drink. So you could be leaving the shed in the same state.
maybe there is that possibility, of course.
But it's not the other one, is it?
And interesting to see what it's like your side with it being set at that 6 degrees.
I'm also curious because obviously I've had nothing to compare the machine with. Not necessarily the beer, but the machine.
Yeah.
So, and obviously our cameras are going to be set at different lengths away, and the speakers are going to pick up noises slightly different, aren't they? But it'll be interesting as to how loud you think this is when the pump kicks in.
Yeah.
I've got to say, some people have said, oh, it's louder. I don't think it's any louder. It's maybe a slightly different sound, but I wouldn't say it's louder. If anything, I'd maybe think it's maybe a little bit quieter. But it'll be interesting to hear your views on that. Not that it makes a blind bit of difference to the beer, but it'll be interesting.
Well, let's do it then.
Let's do it then. I'll let you go with yours then first, Dean.
Right, okay, mate. I'm just going to get just a little one, just to open it up.
Yeah. I'll go through a couple of comments. Thomas is in, says hi everyone. Are you, Thomas? Black Cat has said, you all right, boys? How do, Black Cat? Window Beer Reviews has said hello to Black Cat. And Stuntman Steve's in the house. Evening, gents. Hope you're good. We are, Steve. We won't be doing any of your Stuntman stuff, hopefully. Because we know you're partial to knocking a few back. Edward Brewmed. Hello, folks. What's on the menu? Edward, we've got triple Carmelite coming up from the perfect draft. Dean's got his from the standard PD. Mine's from the PD Pro. And there's his first pour. Looks belting, mate.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Pour.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
There's a nice little bit of Well, obviously the chill age is in play on that one, but it is a nice little hazy number.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, the glass does it justice, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're actually massive glasses. They hold about a pint, don't they?
Yeah, they've got to be a pint. They've got to be. It's a fantastic glass. It's in my sort of top 5 best Belgian beer glasses around. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be up there.
People's, it's really good. Yeah,
looks good.
Lovely.
And just quickly, Craig said hello as well. Craig H, how are you, Craig? So I'm going to shoot over now and pour mine. I'll try and swing the camera around a bit so you can see the big monstrosity sitting in the background, as some people like to call it. So I'm going to shoot over there and we'll give it a go. I don't think I've poured as good as you, Dino.
I can't hear no noise.
It's just kicked in now. Terrible pour. I've even managed to get a little bit over the edge.
Well, that's just excitement, Baz, probably.
I think it is, mate. I think it is. Right. I'll just swing it back round.
Right, so 3 degrees versus 6 degrees then, eh? Is that what we're saying?
That is, mate. I'm going to blame myself for the pour because sometimes what I have noticed with this machine when you pour, you can be too careful, and because it's not so wild, sometimes the head doesn't build up as well. So I was a little bit rougher on the pour to start off with, and I think that created.
I mean,
to be honest, that's perfection.
To be fair, mate, that's how it should be served anyway.
Yeah,
this beer always has a massive head on it anyway, doesn't it?
I mean, hence the glass has got like 300 ml line about there, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's very low.
It's not a nucleated glass, is it? This one?
I think they are. I think they are, but I could be wrong.
Wow. Yeah.
No, I think the colour of my light is making mine look different to yours.
Yours looks darker.
Yeah, I'm in a darker room. I think you've got fluorescent tubes over in yours.
Yeah, just literally over where my tripod is. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like an orange copper sort of colour, I would say. What I've got here. There's carbonation going up the middle of the glass. I can see slightly hazy. It certainly hasn't got the chill haze that yours has got.
No.
On the glass, which is probably quite obvious, really.
But as ever with the ad, it always delivers a nice creamy ad, doesn't it? It looks good. Yeah, it looks really good.
But yeah, and dive in on the nose then.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, pal.
I mean, if you were smelling this with a blindfold on, you'd go straight away to Belgium, wouldn't you?
Without a doubt.
Distinctive. The big yeasty ester profile in it is just in a
candied fruit thing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you. I'm picking more sort of that caramel toffee kind of thing in there for me, but I think I'm getting it more maybe because of the temp.
No, I'm not getting any of that sort of. No, it's all big Belgian yeast, candidness, fruitiness.
I'd say sort of like a caramel sort of thing. And I think the warmth of sort of caramel for me.
That's interesting. No, I'm not getting that, mate. I'm not getting that.
So, you want to go in, Mon?
Let's go in for the kill, buddy. Cheers.
Go for it, Mon. I'll give you the pleasure because this is your first time on the triple. Happy?
That's all right, mate. That is. Colder than I would probably be more happier drinking a 6 degree one.
Yeah.
3 maybe is a little bit too under for this beer.
Yeah.
But it's gonna develop up. That's lovely, that is. big bready body to it.
Yeah.
The follow up from the nose comes through on the taste, so you get that big candied yeasty characteristic to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that lovely lingering bready, sweet bread sort of mouthfeel to it. I wouldn't say I'm drinking a 8% beer.
How would you say it compares to the bottle? From what you remember of having from the bottles? Basically same beer?
Oh yeah, from memory, it's not a million miles away.
Yeah.
It's the coldness that's thrown me off it a little bit.
Yeah, it could make it feel different.
Yeah, I might have probably had a bottle at room temperature and really thoroughly enjoyed it at room temperature. I need to get my head around the 3-degree mark on this at the moment, but as it is, it's still fantastic. I just want to see it pop a little bit more when it warms up.
Yeah. Well, I'll go in. I did have a cheeky taste just before. Well, I'm going to go in at 6 and see what I get out of it. Yeah. Really nice head on it. Adds a creaminess to it almost. It all... See, I've had it at 3 degrees before. Quite a few times, so I know. I think, for me, when you have it that bit warmer, clearly the body is still sort of the same, isn't it? But it feels a little bit more stickier in the mouth, which gives the impression of the beer being a little bit thicker and gloopy.
Yeah.
So I find the body's nicer.
It's always a good thing though with this system anyway. I mean, putting the degrees to one side, the system always delivers a lovely body, a full body sort of experience, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's always improvement, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's well carbonated. It's not mad.
Oh no, it's not mad. No.
Enough in there just to give it a little bit of life, isn't it? That little bit of extra. Really smooth as well, I think.
It is smooth, silky smooth.
Taste-wise, no, go on.
No, I was just going to say, although it's, I wouldn't say it's niche. Would you say it's niche on the PD? Not everybody's going to be. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, is it? On there, you know, a lot of people maybe jump on the lagers.
Yeah, I would say. You know, I'll judge it on beers that go out of stock constantly. And you could look at like Stella, Lowenbrau, Jupiler, things like that. Yeah. Like you say, like generally lagers. This does go out of stock, obviously, at times, but I don't think it gets nowhere near the hammering that some of the other beers do. So, yeah, like you say, I suppose niche market, I think the 8% puts people off. I hear from a lot of people. I know Paul and Michelle's beer reviews. I know he likes these beers, but I know he's a little bit scared of the higher percent ones. But I think
I don't get no inkling of I don't get no boozy warmth from it, anything like that. Because I know this beer is a high strength beer. Yeah. If I didn't know nothing about it and someone gave me a glass, well, I don't know if I'd pick that booze up or not, but it doesn't drink like an 8% beer for my palate now.
I think if you're used to drinking beers of a higher strength, you are used to the feel of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I think if somebody's trying it that drinks 5% beers maybe constantly, you might notice it.
Yeah, but it might give you a little nudge. Yeah, there is that possibility, I suppose. Yeah.
None of that burn or nothing though. There's nothing, like you say, 8%. They drink like a dream, don't they?
Mm. It is. It's super smooth. Little bit with the candied fruit in there. It's a bit marmaladey, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit marmalade. I think maybe that candied fruit thing sort of gives me a little sort of inkling of the caramel in there, if you like. It's almost like a sweet malt, almost. And when you
There
get
is,
them flavors
yeah,
together, it's got that sweet sort of taste to it, if that makes any sense.
it's lovely. Was it £41 a go?
£41.90 in it. And
Yeah.
then, you know, I go over this thing hundreds of times. £5 keg deposit is in there, so you're getting £5 back once your keg's returned, aren't you? Again, depending on how you order, this is for everyone else out there. I'm not going to teach Dean how to suck eggs or whatever, but if you order 3 kegs, you tend to get 10% off. If you order 6 kegs, you get 15% off. But there is a code available where you can get 15% off just the 3 kegs. So potentially off this, you're getting about £6 off. You can on top, so you can knock £11 off that. So it's coming in at about 31 quid for the equivalent of 18 bottles, isn't it? That would be.
Yeah, yeah. Which is that's excellent value.
Yeah.
When you think about it, you're getting a draft delivered
Belgium ale.
quality beer.
Yeah. And yeah, a bottle you're going to pay £3 a shot, aren't you? Easy.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I know you can get the big 750ml out of Sainsbury's and Tesco's for a fiver, and it is good. It's mighty fine. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, the 330ml format that's still knocking around in the likes of Waitrose. I think it's I don't know if it's 330 or 340 a go. So yeah, if you can gauge it on the 330, and you're getting a bargain.
I mean, what's it work out as? Nearly 7 bottles, isn't it? It's working out as 7 big bottles from Tesco's.
Yeah.
So that'd be 35 quid. So it's still coming in at that price range, and you're getting the draft quality of that beer.
You're getting the draft quality. Yeah. When you do, that's what I mean. You only need to explain it. You only need to explain it like that, and it does. You step back a little bit and think, oh, hang on a minute, because I know I had this conversation with you, ages and ages ago, before I bought this system.
Yeah.
I think it was I on about a delirium tremens on the.
That's it. Yeah.
The sub.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't know if that's value or not. 18 quid for a top. But then when Barry, broke it down for me and said, well, look, 330ml bottle of that is £2.50 or whatever, £2.60. You think about it and you think, well, yeah, it's not too bad actually when you.
Yeah, you're not being totally ripped off.
No. And you're getting that next step in probably more mouthfeel than anything, aren't you?
Yeah. Let's just go for a couple of comments. Craig H, very interesting contrast there, which it is interesting. I've been looking forward to this, especially. I think we agreed to do it anyway, way before I got this.
Yes, we did.
This new one, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. Obviously, you're gonna, until you could try one, the 10th I'm trying it, I suppose you're never going to know. But it's a much bigger. It's a bigger drinking experience for me, I think, than at 3 degrees. So I'm happy with it.
Would you say when we did the quack that would have popped a little bit more maybe on that system, because you had the old one back then, didn't you?
Yeah. I think it would have.
Yeah.
So there could end up being a lot of re-reviews of stuff now.
Yeah, but again, I mean, it's good. It's good for the people that tune in and watch and like that sort of stuff, and it's good. It's peace of mind for you as well, because only you know that, because you've had both experiences. It's like now. I mean, I'm just going off what you're saying with the 6 degrees. I think I am in your corner with that, with regards to the beer's going to sing a little bit more. But I take your word for it, because I know you've had both sort of setups.
Yeah, it's I suppose in a sense it's like drinking it from a bottle, then having it from the PD. It is a big change, but it's not a huge change, if you know what I mean. And then having this at that different temperature again is just, it's a minute thing that takes the beer to another level. And you know, if it takes it to another level, that £41.90 looks even better value again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's
that's
ultimately what you got to think about is you want a decent beer, don't you? And if
you do, I mean, there's only a handful of kegs, isn't there, on the website Beer Orc,
yeah,
that are top tier price wise.
yeah, and it's the boozy ones really.
Yeah,
well,
so
I suppose some of the others now.
When you buy in, I mean, Dupla, I've bought that a few times now. Really enjoy it. It's a brilliant pilsner. I'll be definitely jumping all over that in the summer months. Barbecue season, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, 6 litres of that in there, jobs are good, and that's your day set up. You know, when you've got people coming around. But when you push the boat out a little bit more, like for me, these are treat kegs. You know, so you've got your ritual, you've got your quack, you've got this. You know, all the £41 plus ones that are classic beers. You want the best experience that you can get from it, don't you? You know, because you're paying the top end.
Exactly. You've spent, you know, £200 plus on a machine. Your you know, the beers do come in at good value. But there are times where you could say, well, hang on, I could get Stella in a bottle. I could buy 300 of them for bloody £100, and yet I can only get 2 free kegs for that, and it's not going to be nowhere. So there are occasions where the beer can look expensive, but I think when you're looking at things like Quack, Left Ritual, things that you're not going to pick up for fucking 2 a penny.
Yeah,
that's when they really come into their own.
Now and again, sort of purchases, aren't they? You know,
yeah.
Maybe there are people out there that buy it really regular, and you know, fair play. But for me, they're treat kegs.
Yeah. I know the in-law. He always has one strong beer. Always has one strong one. He's got like a little system. He has, and he'll have his regular ones. I can pretty much know what he has. And if it'll be anything Belgium or it'll be anything German. And in there, he'll always have something like a Quack, a Ritual, or a Triple K.
Yeah.
And like you say, he orders sort of like bulkish, if you like me. But again, he'll work on a rotating sort of system. Like
out of the 2 kegs, being both Boss deals that we've done, the Quack and the Triple K, which one do you prefer the most?
It's a little bit trickier now because I need to get the Quack, don't I, and have it at a different temperature. I've always liked both of them. Quack blew my mind when I first had it. I couldn't believe how good it was, and even then, I never. You know, I've had 4 years nearly. I've had the machine.
Yeah.
So even then, I wasn't drinking strong beers, and I thought that 8.4% was still well hidden back then. You got a bit of booziness, bearing in mind I hadn't been drinking stuff like that, so you still got a little bit of it. You probably noticed it more once you'd had half a dozen, maybe, but that really blew my mind.
I think both beers are deceiving, aren't they, with the ABV? Because it's obviously in there, but it catches up with you in the end. Yeah. It doesn't drink initially. It's not telling me that slow down, Dean. I'm 8%, mate. Just bring it back. You don't get any of that.
No.
And then it'll just hit you in the chops, and you think, oh, hang on a minute. Well, this 8% is really kicking in a little bit more now.
I think this drinks a bit easier than Quack.
Don't think it's as heavy, is it? It's not as heavy.
Yeah, I like you say, it's not as heavy. You can sort of, I would not chug it. You obviously can't chug it, but you can certainly drink it without thinking, oh, hang on, can you? Whereas the Quack might be a bit different, and again, it will be interesting for me to try it on there. So what my favourite is, at the moment I would probably say this.
Okay. I would lean more towards quack myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go with quack. If I had the choice, you know, a keg of quack or a keg of triple K again, I think I would lean more towards the quack.
Yeah.
That's just personal preference, though.
Yeah.
I think they're both quality beers.
Yeah, I think quack would probably, before I'd had this one on here, and I'm not just trying to big it up, but when I was drinking them both at 3 degrees, I think probably the quack would have been mine. So, but at the moment, like I say, that little bit of difference in this would now put that up above the quack. So whether the quack would lift again and go above the triple K, if I got it on here, again, it's going to be something that until I actually try it, I won't know, I suppose. But like you say, both great beers, beers. So, should we go through a couple of comments, shall I?
Yeah.
Steve I always struggle. Steve, are you pal? Brandweisen on the Krups. I've never had that. Have you had that, Dean?
No, I haven't. No.
Not at all.
I've seen it though. I've been tempted by it a few times. Yeah.
That's about 15 quid, is it, that one?
No, I don't think it's that much.
Isn't it now?
I don't know. I know they've dropped their prices quite a bit now. The last time I looked on there, yeah, because I've got my missus is getting me a couple of torps for my birthday, and she's got me the Delirium and something else. I think it's the bloody Czech dark beer.
Crucivice,
yeah.
Crucivice.
Crucivice dark, yeah.
I wanted to get that when I had the sub, but it's a seasonal thing, isn't it?
Yes,
I missed out on it, and then I think I ended up getting rid of it.
It's like bloody 6 or 7 quid.
Yeah.
And the Delirium was £15 something. So I said to her, I'll give her a little nudge, and I said, you can get us one of each of them. That'll do.
Well, I know. I think that Crucivic, or however you want to say it, I think that was quite cheap anyway, a few years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I had it. So yeah, but it's not very strong, is it?
No, it's only about 3.84%, something like that. I had it when I went over when me and the missus went over to Prague years ago. It was Kozel, Pilsner Urquell, and Crucivice, and I think I had that one evening when we went out for a meal, and it was bloody lovely. It really was. Out the tap, it was great.
Well, I look forward to that review, mate. I tell you. Liam Rusco's in. Hi lads, how's tricks on the Cherry Bakewell homebrew style? What we drinking? Sounds interesting.
I like the sound of that, mate. That sounds pretty good. That does.
How strong is it, Liam? Let us know how strong it is and how good it is.
Yeah.
And by the way, me and Dean are on triple Carmelite from the PD. I have to do something with my arms, and I swap them around because they're going the wrong way.
I think the size of the glass throws you off though, because you're just drinking a regular pint of beer because of the size of it. I mean, it's probably the only big Belgian beer glass that offers such an amount of beer at high strength, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you could get, that's a pint in there, isn't it? Easy.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how much of a 660ml bottle you could get in there.
Well, a fair bit, mate. Fair bit.
Yeah. Sepadal. Hi, men. Cheers. Cheers, pal. Thanks for tuning in. Where is the beer? The beer is here. Triple Carmelite. Keep going the wrong way there. Both on the triple K from the perfect draft. Steve Z is in the house. Evening, guys. Happy New Year. I'm on the ledge. Does that mean he's not drinking?
I don't know.
I don't know. Happy New Year, anyway, Steve.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Steve.
And tell us what the ledge is. M. Classens, cheers from the Netherlands. Thanks for watching. He's bound to know a thing about beer, isn't he? Surely.
Yes, yeah. Especially the trap. He's blessed with them.
Oh, God, huh? Steve Z. Ledge. Left blonde.
Yeah, Lafay.
That's what he was telling us. I reviewed 0% left before.
I do. That's introduced so many people into the world of Belgian beer, hasn't it, Lafay?
Yeah, that was my first experience.
It gets, I suppose it gets a little bit of stick now. You know, I mean, yeah, it's probably not the best Belgian experience you're ever going to get, but when you're making that step over and experimenting, shall we say, you can't go wrong with Lafay. I mean, on here, the safe bet kegs for me.
Yeah, it's the benchmark, I would say.
Yes, yeah, it's the opening, isn't it, to a journey to carry on.
Exactly. We said about the monastery, didn't we, or the monastery, whatever. Oh, shit, wasn't it?
Yeah. Absolute crap, mate.
Like you say, left. A lot of people sort of knock it, Lefty, but I think if a blonde doesn't hit that level, you may as well fuck it off.
Yeah.
That's the minimum you've got to
expect. Yeah. Bang on, mate. Bang on with the benchmark with that. That is the benchmark of a blonde. That monastery beer. I mean, I messaged you the other night because I know you reviewed it the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much singing off the same hymn sheet as you with it, mate. I did it at the beginning of November. It's poor. It's very poor for a blonde. It's, well, United Dutch Brewers are behind it also.
All right.
That says it all, mate.
M. Classens, he's on the Latrap quadruple. Good man.
Yeah.
We said he'd know a decent beer, didn't we?
The belter that is.
Liam Roscoe, is this on the sub? I sold mine for the pint and now I've got pint to 2. Think it's bang on. No, this is on the perfect draft. This is.
Mark 1 and Mark 2.
Yeah. Well, if you're happy with it, Liam, I don't know what to say really. I've got to admit, I was a bit disappointed with the pinter one. Had the odd good experience, and I decided not to order the pinter 2. Well, I did, and then I cancelled it. But you know,
I'll go from the feedback that I've had from other people that I won't be bothering with it.
Yeah, to be honest, that thing behind me there, 150, very little more than the pinter 2. Well, I think the pinter 2 is actually 150. I think I had a discount code to get it for 100. Or is it 100 quid? I don't know. But to be honest, I think I'm happier with that. The Beer Monster thing. You know, doing the home brew was a bit of a trial and error thing. Interesting to see how it turned out. But
yeah,
you know, there's a lot less faff in this one.
And I suppose that's, you know, if people have got the time to play about with things like that, then fair enough. But I think our lives are so bloody busy now. We just want that instant beer, don't we? And I suppose if a system can deliver that without having a headache of prattling about with bits and pieces, then, you know, fair play, I guess.
Yeah, I think for home brewers, if you're big on home brewing, and like you say, you got the time, I suppose somebody's got
to do it, haven't they? And start somewhere and develop it and move on. And you know, you might get a business out of it at the end of the day if you're any good.
Yeah, I was going to say, you never know. This, you know, the people who own these things, you never know in the future. They could be the future of craft beer, if you like.
The majority of the brewers in the UK started from prattling about in their garages. You know, the old matey boy from Elusive Brewing, in Reading sort of area, he started off like that. You've got Emperor's Brewery, of course, the two guys, James and Martin from Brewdog. You know, they all started from prattling about in a shed or a garage, and it goes on from there, doesn't it?
The next big one will be Scott Dog.
Yes, yeah.
Out of Portsmouth.
Spunk IPA.
That's it, yeah. Black Cat picked up a Pierre Reserve Blonde from Aldi today. I think it's new. I think I've had that one. I think, but I could be wrong. I think I've had one of them Pierre things before. Like I
big 750 ml in it with a cork on it and everything.
That's it. Yeah. I had a triple, didn't I, the other day from there.
You didn't rate that though, did you?
Oh, it's awful. It's worse than the Monastery, really, I think, if I'm totally honest.
I know
Just because it said it was a triple.
I think Raggy did the double because that Monastery they bought a double out as well.
Yeah,
But I never saw that when I went in there. They only had the triple, or the blonde, sorry. But yeah, I mean, going off what the blonde was like, would it be? I don't know if it'd be worth getting the double than just seeing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Bullman's commented on my video, and he said he had the double. Said it was slightly better, but still not, still not great. But yeah, I suppose if you're paying, it's about £1 a can, wasn't it? You said.
Yeah, I paid £1 for mine.
Yeah. You're not going to get a quality blonde, are you? For
no. I think I said that in my video.
Not even from Essex. Thomas is there, like and share. Thank you, Thomas. 5.5%, lads. Raggy has tried it. I went to the beer fest with him. Oh, what do you think of it, mate? I'll take he's on about his cherry stout. Cherry Bakewell stout.
Sounds good though, doesn't it? Cherry Bakewell.
Yeah, it's certainly the sort of things that would go in. Wouldn't it? It's a stout
kind
of flavour, isn't it?
Perfect combo for a dark beer.
Steve Z, spot on, guys. Yes, left. On the PD, I haven't had a bad one, and it's open. Yeah, that was a big thing. I mean, Dean's been doing this for years. Dean knows more beers than I've fucking had hot dinners, no doubt. But that's what attracted me to the Perfect Draft. It was all the different stuff.
I think that was my first purchase as well. I think it was a Lafay. I don't know if it was it probably would have been the Lafay Brewing or Blonde, or maybe the Noel.
I think you had the Christmas, didn't you?
Because you got
the Christmas, didn't
you? Yes, it was. It was Christmas, yeah. So it would have been the Lafay Noel, yeah. And I thought it was lovely, yeah.
Yeah. I just think having them different beers on the machine, especially if you don't know them, like I said, you were pretty much into all this. I think that was a big selling point for me, and I suppose for you it was just they're just going to be better, or you was open at the time.
Well, it's everybody's dream, isn't it? When you like these sort of beers, and you go down the town, you go to your local, the beers that you would wish that they had on tap.
Exactly, yeah. And you got them in your home, haven't you?
You've got them at home, yeah. So you know, it's I suppose it's like normal day-to-day sort of dealings. If you go over to Belgium, they'll probably have, you won't have to stray too far down the road to go into a bar, and they probably see Triple K on tap as standard. They wouldn't bat an eyelid about it. It's normal to them. But I mean, if you went down, I don't know, you went down to your local Spoons and you saw that on there, you'd be like, "Wow, fuck it, I'm all over that."
Yeah. And you wouldn't care at the price, would you?
You wouldn't.
Spoons United probably be a quid.
Keep them coming, mate. Keep them coming.
Yeah. Spoons it'd probably be a quid cheaper than anywhere else, at least anyway, wouldn't it? So you just. Mark Jones has come in. Hi guys, just having a quick nosy. He's in Leeds in the Salt Bar. The Huckerback is going down a treat. Take care. Cheers, Mark. Thanks for tuning in.
Huckerback, yeah.
And that's Salt as well. Good man. He's got the right idea, hasn't he? Anthony Bennett. Hi guys, on the Augustine Hills. Another great beer.
The god of a Helles beer, that is, isn't it? Augustina.
Oh, God.
Augustina Brow all day long.
They do some crackers.
That's something special, that is, yeah.
Liam said he does a lot of home brew anyway, to the point. No, I'm not knocking you, Liam, that's for sure. Didn't work out for me, so I just didn't think I'd carry on. But like I said, doing the home brew, I suppose, is you've got so much to tinker with, haven't you? If you know what you're doing and what have you. Yeah, it's probably ideal.
Well, I mean, if you've got that knowledge anyway to go into something like that, you probably make light work of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And we got to the final comment, so we can just have a chat again soon, Dean, and pour another beer. Black Cat wasn't too fussed on the original, but this. Oh, hang on. I've just finished. I wasn't too fussed on the original, but this one is it's a reserve, whatever that means. Reserve would basically just be a bit more boozier, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I strength ABV.
Yeah. And then just quickly, Liam, before he disappears, He's just finished the Father Christmas Festival for Beer Match Brewery. Didn't have time to finish it over Christmas because the family had COVID, so I had to look after everyone and go to work. Oh, gutted. Do you keep brewing, Liam?
Yeah, keep at it. Yeah,
keep at it, and we might see you in a few years. I might be buying your beer off you.
I got sent a couple of beers. Oh, I think it would have been not last year, the year before, from a home brewer.
Yeah.
And he sent me 2 of his beers that he home brewed, and he designed a little label on it and everything. It was, I think one was the Turkish Delight beer, Delight Stout, and then he sent me another beer. But bloody, I did 2 reviews on it, but it never. The SD card got bloody corrupted when I come to upload it, so I could only do 1.
Right.
And he did a fantastic job. It was beautiful. That Turkish Delight beer was cracking, and his branding was lovely. Yeah, he's a nice chap, he was.
Well, I've sent you a couple of beers, haven't I, from Chapel Brewery, haven't I?
Chapel Brewery, Black IPA. I've still got that actually in the fridge.
Oh yeah. Well, funny enough, I was asking, I'm talking to a bloke through work, and he lived in this St Martin's where the brewery is. So I said, "Oh, is it a brewery in the chapel?" And he said, "No, it's just the road is called Chapel Lane or something." So he actually home brews the beer in his house. It's in his house or in his garage. So things come and go. It's sort of like there's never a regular thing. So you're pretty much getting what I've sent you. It'd be interesting to see what you say about that one as well. But I suppose you can kind of almost say homebrew on a big scale or a bigger scale.
A bigger scale, yeah, bigger scale. And the Black IPA would be interesting as well, because I do like that style. I've always said before, when you do come across them, they're very, very underrated style of Black IPA.
Yeah, well, I thought it was banging, to be honest. I really thought it was decent. Also had a normal IPA off them as well called Icon, and that was fantastic as well. And they were like $1.99 a bottle in a supermarket.
You can't knock it, can you, for that price? No.
Fantastic. So I think I sent you a few others before as well. But there's Silver Chalice, something else, got all the windows in it on the stickers. I think I sent you a few of them, like
because you've got like a stained glass window, haven't they? Like,
that's it.
Yeah. No, you have sent me them in the past before. Because I know you big them up a little bit, don't you? Because they're sort of like localish to you.
Well, yeah, you try and give them.
Yeah, you've got to do them sort of things, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's, you know, you're sort of patting local industry on the back a little bit and saying, look, I'm reviewing one of your products. Here we go, sort of thing. You've got that platform to do it, haven't you? That's what it's all about.
Yeah. You know, and there's something different as well, isn't it? Because, you know, we want to see different stuff, don't we? We want to try different stuff. We don't always want to be bloody.
That's the main thing of this, isn't it? It's curiosity with trying the unknown.
And you know, along that way, you'll find good ones, won't you?
Yeah, you'll get a few rotters along the way and stuff, but the majority of the stuff it's a nice drinking experience.
Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah. Liam said you might see him in Raggy's shed doing some brewing. Get on a live with him. And fine dining. Are you all so glad we made it in time? Yeah, don't worry. I don't think it's going to be like a 5-minute thing. I think we'll be here for a little while because Dean wants to get a few of these down his neck anyway.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
It's time for a top up, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Nobody go away. We're just topping up.
When you leave it for a little bit as well, it sings that a little bit more. I think when you pour it directly out of there, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
when it warms up a little bit, it comes into its own. I think a little bit more.
Look at that. See, I tilted that a little bit more at the start.
Yeah, spot on. That is, Baz.
Not wrong with that, is it? It pours really well. This does. It's got to be said. It's a lot more. You can control the beer more with the glass.
Yeah.
Control the pour more.
Just saying the dregs of this now. It's it's singing lovely now. It is when
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you let it warm up a little bit. Mm. You get more of that sweet breadiness, I think, a little bit more as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Mm.
John 78. Now I know John's commented on a couple of my videos, and I'm guessing he must be local to me. He said he's had a few Chapel Brewery beers, was very impressed with them. I think he messaged me or commented on one of my videos actually, and I think he mentioned the black IPA. I think it's when I done the one on the Beer Monster. He mentioned the Chapel Brewery one, and he said he was really impressed with it. So if you've still got that to come, Dean, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a look, mate. I know you sent me one, and I think it's
check the date on it.
I've got the Wrexham lager.
Oh yeah, yeah.
1st of the 3rd, 22.
Ah, there you are. You're all right then.
Yeah.
I think you'll be impressed with that, mate.
I will get around to doing it now. Now I know it's there. It got pushed to the back of the fridge. I think the missus bought a load of cider over Christmas, and we ran out of room in the fridge at home, and so she came in here and stuffed my fridge with it all, and we went to the back of the fridge.
Never let your wife do that, mate. Never let her tinker with your fridge.
Criminal, isn't it? I said to her, I said, I'm gonna have to put a padlock on this fridge if you're gonna start putting shit like that in there.
I try not to let my missus clean the glasses and not to put anything in the fridge.
God,
she can do what she likes around the rest of the house. I don't care.
The amount of tacos that she's bloody wrecked over the years. But she's doing it. I was doing it to be nice. Just leave it. I'll deal with it.
Exactly. So what you got coming up, Dean, on the channel? Doing live with Chris and you at some point?
Yeah, I think that's going to be probably Monday evening.
Okay.
I've got something in the pipeline with Raggy.
Yep.
That's going to probably be one Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening sort of thing, where we're going to be looking at a couple of Titanic beers.
Yep.
Review wise, yeah, I've got the Monastir Blonde to knock out. I've got a couple of reviews from Boxcar out of London. I've got a few reviews from Elusive Brewery.
Yeah.
Bits and bats, yeah. I've got plenty of beer.
Plenty coming up then.
Plenty coming up, yeah. But I was gonna wind it down a little bit though. But I go through these spells of ups and downs with it. Sometimes you can get a bit worn out with doing it, and then other times you get G'd up by it.
Yeah.
Doing things like this motivates you, obviously, because you're talking to somebody and people in the chat, obviously, that enjoy beer. You know, they're passionate about beer, so you get a little bit of motivation from that. But when you're off camera, you think, oh, I think I'll wind down a little bit. You know, I'll get them sort of thoughts. And obviously work always gets in the bloody way of everything, doesn't it? That's enjoyable.
I mean, I think mine will probably end up kind of slowing down a little bit because, I mean, I don't know how much I've told you really. I don't know. I was off obviously before Christmas. For a week with my bad leg. When we got home, I had a toothache and an abscess. So, well, when we got home on the Friday. I know I was supposed to be going to look at work on the Monday, so I was pretty much writing Monday off. When we got home, the missus tested positive. So she tested positive. So I'm thinking, oh bloody hell, I was okay. I wanted to get in the van in anyway as well this week for a service and everything. So we're going in at the dentist and shit and what have you. I've just written this week off, so I'm 2 weeks behind already with work. So I think she's all right now. She's had two Well, she tested negative 2 days ago, and she tested negative today. I've tested
Good to
negative
go.
on both
Yeah.
of them. So it's looking like it'll be back at work and everything soon. So being
Well,
2 weeks behind, though, I'm going to be doing weekends, so I think my beer will
Yeah, that's the
slowing
thing.
down a bit now.
It's not all bloody rosy, is it, when you work for yourself? It's you know, you can't pause the work. You just slip further behind.
Yeah,
And that backlog just keeps building up and building up. And you know, it's only down to you to deal with it. Nobody else.
Yeah.
You can't fog it off to anybody else. You know,
No.
the book stops with you, sort of thing. And it's I had that, mate, with the weather. That knocked me behind a little bit with the weather, and obviously the Christmas break. So I'm having to sort of like phone calls and text messages explaining that, you know, the weather's put me behind. Just, you know, courtesy calls more than anything, just to say I haven't forgot about them, you know.
Well, yeah, I've kind of done that with mine as well. Knocked on the door, like obviously mask on and all that. Like, even though I know I'm all right. I said I'm going to be late, but I think I've taken on three new jobs. And I've had to turn a couple down because they want it sort of ASAP, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, I'm going to be. I'm probably going to have a month now of working weekends as well. So last year I said I would cut down on all the extra hours and that, but it's a great start to the 20.
Never goes to plan.
So, and the thing is, as you know, Dee, if you're not working, you're not getting paid here.
No,
so I've had 4 weeks off with no pay at the moment, so I've
it's
got to make the time up, haven't I?
Yeah, it's a little pinch, that is. It's a lot of time to just throw away, really. A day here and a day there, you can kind of lose.
I can live with that, yeah.
And you can make that up. You can catch up in, you know, if the weather and everything's on your side. You can sort of claw that back a little bit, but fucking hell, you know, 4 weeks, it's lost, isn't it? It's gone.
Well, yeah, obviously, you're never going to get paid for Christmas anyway. I'm not.
No.
But the time before Christmas, I had to have the time off. I knew my need was bad, and I've had it before, and I know it would have just been worse and worse and worse.
Well, you messaged me, didn't you? You just sitting in fucking bed watching YouTube.
I know, yeah, I know. I was bored shitless. And it was still giving me a little bit of jib, really, probably up until a week into my holiday. You know, if we had a couple of days of doing quite a bit of walking or something, I could feel it at the end of the day. So I was having to take ibuprofen and everything, trying to fucking just try and get the swelling on that down and what happened.
Sure, it wasn't just you stamping on the ground in disgust looking at the bar list.
It could have been, but I would have got used to that after about 2 days. Yeah, very, very disappointed with the selection out there. It's got to be said. Excuse me. They did have the marina at Portel Cantui. They had a brow house, and apparently it had about 4 or 5 different beers there. Well, I think it would have probably had their brand. It would have had the Heineken. It would have had Beck's. I think it had Stella there, and I think it had another one of their own brands or same kind of dark version. But being Christmas, it wasn't open. So I couldn't get in there. So yeah, I carried on drinking a lot of everything else. And the odd gin in between, just to break up the monotony. Simo's in. How do, Simo? How are you, pal?
How you doing, Simo?
He'll be happy, won't he? I think City won today, didn't they?
Yes.
I'm certain they were playing Chelsea today. I think they were 1-0 up, were they? I
don't know, but I think it was the result.
I think when I looked at the league anyway, they were about 8 points clear of Chelsea. So no, more than that, actually. About 13. I think Liverpool had 2 games in hand, and they could have got within 8 points. So I think City have pretty much won the league already, haven't they?
I've been watching a bit of the African Cup of Nations. I've been getting into that a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fucking had a couple of little sort of like cheeky little bets.
Oh, you said you had a couple of bets, didn't you, the other day on the horses?
Yeah, I did. I did a football bet the other day. I did Cameroon to win, and goals under 2.5 for the bloody other game that played. I think it was Cameroon played Ethiopia, and then it was bloody Cape Verde versus someone else, and
I
it
bet
come
that
in.
was a sellout, wasn't it?
Fucking don't know, mate. Don't know.
90,000 must have been 90,000 there on that one. Cape Verde.
Most of the bloody full team, I think, were off with COVID. I think they had to use most of the reserve team for that game.
I would imagine most of the fans were probably fucking tourists who were on holiday.
Yeah.
Simo's just confirmed. Yeah, 1-0 against Chelsea. Screamer from De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And now he's coming with St. Kills. So, yeah, a bit wild on the challenge, isn't it?
You know, the old referees a bit bloody card happy, aren't they? Jesus.
They have to be, though, don't they? Because they're a bit wild, aren't they?
Yeah, he made some right. I don't know what game it was. It was a couple of days ago, and he made some right shockers. He did. He blew his whistle about 3 times for full time when it was like 85 minutes.
Do you remember years
VAR?
ago?
Yeah, it was a
VAR.
I forget what game it was now. I think it was the opening game, but he was terrible, ref. Absolutely shocking. Some of the decisions. Just handing out cards like sweets.
Do you remember years ago, 1990, when Cameroon had that good run?
Roger Miller, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember some of the tackles going in? I'm certain they had quite a lot sent off, didn't they, Cameroon? Because they were like, none of them were defenders, were they? They were like tree fellas, weren't they?
Going two-footed, didn't they, on tackles?
You know, every fucking legs going everywhere, weren't they? And then they'd get up and go.
Yeah. Do that, innit?
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Yeah. Well, one leg's there and the other one's over there.
He's got to split the man in two, but that's tackle.
Literally, yeah. Wishbone time.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Simo, what you on, mate? If you're still watching, what are you drinking? What are you got in the PD? Because I know he's been doing quite a few lately, isn't he? I think he's had a couple of PD. He's got 2 PDs, I think. Simo.
Oh, he's got 2, has he?
I think, yeah. I think last time I watched a couple, I'm certain there was 2 in the background. So maybe you'll let us know. See what he's been on.
No, it's a good bit of kit, to be honest with you. If you know, it's just a bonus, really. You know, because we do this sort of thing anyway, where we talk about beer on YouTube. It's a bonus, but you know, if I wasn't doing anything like this and I was watching people like you and Simo that have got these systems, I'd probably purchase one anyway.
Purchase one, yeah.
Just for the enjoyment of beer, you know. I mean, you don't have to do all this shit to say that you enjoy beer, because you can just get on enjoying beer without doing this, you know.
Well, yeah. Oh, Simo's come in. He's on the Hertog Jan. That's a decent one. You got to try that, Dean. You'll like that.
Yeah, I will get around to doing that.
Yeah, decent. Picked one up from Facebook Marketplace for £100, including 6 empty kegs. Fucking hell, that's a steal. So 70 quid then he's paid for the machine.
Wow.
If you get 12 months out of it, you've had your money's worth, haven't you?
Yeah, you can't argue with that. Yeah.
Thought, I'll sod it, why not? That's it. I had the same thing, Simo.
Yeah, that price.
I had the same thing when he showed me the picture of the Pro. It's his fault. I told him that. Arish Kuldar. How do all on the spate and on the PD? What's everyone else supping? Triple Carmelite.
Yeah,
we're not just doing 1 glass for a review. We're doing about 6, and we. Well, Dean will do about 6. I'll do about 3. Dean is a man who knows how to drink them.
I don't know. I've had a few before I came on with this live, because I did a couple of reviews, and then I had that lager with me dinner. So I've had a few. I'm well oiled, but
good man.
Content.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you say, innit, when you put weight on when you get married.
Yeah, all bought and paid for.
That's it. Bought and paid for. Happily married.
Yeah.
Well, I've done the Lafay before, the 0% one, and I've done Budvar from that thing behind me. perfectly placed that. Look, I've only got to go like that, and I'm kind of there.
But yeah, bang on there.
Bang on there, yeah. Yeah, the Budvar is quite nice. Yeah, it's tidy from there. Just Budvar, you know.
Budvar's quality though, isn't it? It's, I mean, the Czechs know how to make a beer. You know,
I mean, it's mass produced, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean,
But you know, a decent beer.
Along the same lines as Pilsner Urquell, and I think that's a banging Pilsner. And that's, you know, you could quite easily pigeon that hole into mass produced because it is. Yeah. But it's still a quality product.
A decent beer, yeah.
You know, I haven't got an issue with macro, micro, and all that fucking shenanigans. You know, no. I want a decent beer. I'm not bothered if it's big beer or little beer. I want quality beer.
Yeah.
And I think Budvar and Pilsner Urquell still hold that mantle for quality, I think.
Yeah. It's a shame that some people have the opinion that if AB InBev own it, if Heineken own it, you know, we can go through other companies, can't we? Asahi, fucking this, that, and the other, that every beer that they churn out is going to be shit because they're massive. Like, you know, it's not the case, is it?
No, it's not the case. I think a lot of people are jumping onto this ethics thing now with how a brewery conducts itself, and of course, there's been bad publicity in the past with the likes of Heineken, with their practices, shall we say, of what's gone on, and it does. I suppose it casts a little bit of a shadow over the company with what they've been getting up to and stuff like that. Same with like Founders over in America, Brewdog here.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, where do you stop with it? You know, that's the problem, isn't it? Where do you draw the line? Where do you say enough is enough? Everybody's moral compass is slightly different, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, you've got the PD. You've had plenty of beers on there, you know.
Yeah,
they're still decent beers, aren't they? You know,
I love that system. I know it's the majority of it. Well, all of it is controlled by AB InBev. Yeah. That's their sort of like they're the people behind the curtain with this beer.
Yeah.
What do I think of Budweiser? I think it's absolutely fucking rubbish. Does that make me a hypocrite? I don't know.
Well, there's going to be good beers. There's going to be bad beers, isn't it? You know, and in all honesty, and I actually think you could stomach Budweiser on it.
You probably could, yeah.
I think you could polish off a keg of Budweiser on the PD. It's not a fantastic beer, but it's definitely better from the PD than it is in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5%, and what you're getting is the best version of Budweiser.
Yeah, you know? Yeah.
And it's going to be easy drinkable. It's not going to be anything too complex, you know. But
no, I've drunk many Budweiser. I've drunk many Budweiser in the past. I think it's when you step over the line, isn't it, and start dabbling with more superior beers, then you kind of look over your shoulder a little bit and think beers like that should be put to rest, which I suppose is slightly unfair because it's still a market for it's still a massive demand. I mean, you know, it's huge. It's huge.
Not everyone wants a fucking triple Carmelite.
No. I think that you've got to pinch yourself a little bit sometimes and step back and think about what other people think about beer as well, and not. Yeah. I never put my thoughts and opinions onto anybody anyway because I'm not that type of guy. You know, if somebody's happy drinking Budweiser, then you know, fair play to you.
Yeah. I just think it's you know, it's not a great beer, but certainly on the PD, it's a much better beer than it is. I think. I know Simo reviewed it, and I think Simo thought it was awful. And I'm not going to knock Simo for thinking that. He may well think it's awful. But I also think sometimes people, and I'm not saying he done it, but it's very easy for people to see a brand and slate it before it's before you started.
Yeah. Well, look at the shit Corona got when COVID kicked in.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was one of my best videos. That was. That honestly, it did. It took off. Now I couldn't stand the beer personally. I mean, it was typical sort of fucking Mexican lager, not my kind of thing. But I suppose people are going to buy it, and they probably. And again, it's like we say on the PD. You know, you can say Budweiser shit in a bottle, Corona shit in a bottle. Get it on the PD, and although it's never going to be a German beer because it's a Mexican beer, it was still a much better experience.
It's
and almost made tolerable, shall we say?
Yeah. Sometimes beers like that come into their own. It's all about moments and timing and stuff like that, and where you're at. And I know, New Year's Eve, my family, we all went out bowling for New Year's Eve, and we saw the new year in basically down a bowling alley. It was fantastic. I loved it. They chucked a bit of food on as well. It was all in with the price. We had pizzas and stuff like that. We got loads of drinks vouchers in our little booth, you know, and it was a really good evening. And I had a couple of pints of Blue Moon.
Yeah.
Because I was initially starting on Guinness, and then I had some Madrid I forget what it was called La Madrid, Madrid's lager. I thought that was cracking, and I had a couple of pints of Blue Moon, and I enjoyed it. I'd be a liar if I said I didn't, because I enjoyed it that night. You know, a couple of pints of that, bit of fun with the family, bowling.
Yeah.
You know, the glass was empty at the end. You know, so
you're not sitting there going, "Oh, I can't drink that."
Can't drink that. It's vile. No, it went, and I went back for another one, and it went.
And another thing with these beers as well, and if you like Corona, I know the old Moretti gets, you know, I know a lot of people like it, but it's one of them beers, isn't it? It's just a drinker.
Yeah.
These beers originally were produced in bloody Mexico, Italy. It's 20, 30 degrees. Now, over here, we're not blessed with that all the time, are we?
No.
So straight away, that experience is totally different, isn't it?
My last Trembling Madness order, I was very, very curious, and I pulled the trigger on it in the end.
Who's that from?
So this is it. This is a 13% Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
And it's from a brewery called 5 Elementos.
Okay.
And these are out of Brazil.
Oh, right.
So straight away, I'm thinking it's quite an hot country, yeah. You know, they're pretty partial to more raised than what we get.
Yeah.
13% Imperial Stout. I mean, so I had to buy it. I mean, I'll get around to reviewing it, but it's interesting.
How much
quite
was
a
that
hefty price tag on that as well. So I'm hoping it's going to deliver.
Right. You would like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You would like to think.
Just a curiosity of a Spanish microbrewery, you know, doing beers like that. I'm pretty interested to see how that pans out.
I wonder if the likes of Trembling Madness sort of get sent a couple of the, you know, they want to sell them, don't they? And like you said, a hefty price tag. Do you think you'd want a couple of samples before you sort of know you were going to charge? I don't know. Like I say, I don't know how much you paid for it, but
I think it was about.
I'm not asking, but you know, you'd think if you're going to charge someone 10, 12 quid a bottle or something.
I think we're about 10 quid mark. Yeah, maybe a bit more.
You want to know that you can justify charging somebody else that price, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I'm none the wiser on them. I've never had anything before from them, so it's a little bit of a gamble, I guess. You know.
You've had quite
which
a
I
few
see.
garage beers, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm quite comfortable with bigging them up and saying give them a go, because the beers that I've had from them are epic.
But what was your first garage beer, and how much did you pay for it, if you can remember?
Probably my first garage beer would have been Soup, which was a double IPA, and it probably would have been about £5.5, £6 ago.
Okay. How did you feel? How long ago was that when you first had that?
Oh, bloody hell. 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
So would that be like? Did you say that would be an £8 beer or something now?
I think it's still about the same price now, to be honest.
Yeah. But as in, like, you know, if in comparison with times, do you think at that time a new brewery to you, a new beer would something of the same thing released now?
Yeah,
be seven, 8 quid?
At the time, I think if the beer delivers, you forget about the price. Of course, you have it in your mind to begin with, and you're always sort of curious that, you know, I've spent a lot of money on a can of beer or a bottle of beer. It's got to live up to that sort of price tag. So you always have that in the back of your mind. But I think when you pour it, you smell it and you taste it and it delivers, I think you can put the price to one side.
This is what I'm trying to see, you see, because obviously you're nervous about this one. So I'm wondering how you felt when you had your first.
Yeah, it's unknown, but it's all part and parcel of doing this, isn't it? You reach out of curiosity to experience and experiment and dabble with stuff like this. I think it's absolutely fantastic that a country like Brazil have got a craft movement.
Yeah.
Now, that might be a little bit naive on my part by not knowing that already, but I know now and I'm intrigued.
I don't know. You know quite a bit about beer, so I wouldn't say you're naive about it.
I mean, there's probably half a dozen craft breweries in Brazil, but to my knowledge now, 5 Elementos, I'm intrigued. You know, I'm just curious.
Oh, it's interesting.
It's come at a price tag, but hopefully it'll deliver. I think Imperial Stout, coconut, 13%. We'll see, won't we? We'll see.
I'll tell you, I'll give you my thoughts on it. I think it is going to be really boozy.
Do you think it'll be strong? Yeah.
I think you're going to get. I think. Oh, yeah. The cunt's in.
Hey,
here he is. Out with Wanda, but wanted to pop and say hi. I'll watch back tomorrow. Bonjour for now. Have a good night, mate. Have a good night. You don't want to watch out twice. Oh boy, you did shit this. Enjoy your night.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I reckon that'll be a boozy number. I don't think the booze will be hidden or well hidden. I think you will know you're drinking it. I reckon it'll be quite big on coconut as well, which you'll like that, wouldn't you? You like coconut,
I love it. I love coconut. Yeah, I love it in IPAs. I love it in stouts. Yeah,
I don't think it'll disappoint you, or I think you'll like it, but there'll be something in there that won't do it for you. So it'll be interesting that. I'm gonna have to get on Betfred and have a bet now.
70 IBUs.
That's quite high, isn't it?
That's quite high for a stout. We'll see. We'll see. There will be a time when that is reviewed.
But don't rush into it.
No. I'll take my time. That's a weekend beer, isn't it? 13%.
That'll have a good date on it, won't it? 24 probably, or
well, it was.
It might not be live yeast, will it?
It was made in September 21, so it's quite fresh, really.
Fresh, yeah.
You think about it as a stout. We'll see.
Oh, we are Simo's. I noticed he put this up. I hadn't watched it yet. Got a South African beer in his beer 52 box. Looks pretty interesting.
They did a complete South African themed box a few years back as well. It's all South African beers. Yeah, they went through a spell of hopping from country to country, just dedicating beers out of there. And I can remember they did a pretty. It was pretty all right, I think. The South African box.
Yeah, you had it. Yeah, obviously. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, long while ago. I think it came out around about the same time as they did a German one. I think they did a couple of Aussie ones. South Africa. Yeah, they've done quite a few. A Russian one, I think, as well. They've even done.
All right. That'd be interesting. What sort of beers did you get in there?
The South African box.
Yeah, because he's put a Pilsner. So again, we're going back to what I said before.
Yeah, Mexico. I think mostly light beers. Yeah, I don't think there's many dark beers in there. There might have been an odd stout, but I think the majority of them was either lagers or IPAs.
Okay, right, yeah.
Because
that's new to me. I mean, I wouldn't have thought. I wouldn't, mind you, I never thought there'd be like Greek craft beer when I went there.
I think the box consisted of 12 beers from 2 breweries.
Okay.
I forget what they were called now, though. It skips me. Because some of it's, well, the majority of it was contract brewed at bloody De Proof in Belgium.
Oh, right.
So,
okay, yeah.
That's what miffed me a little bit with Beer 52, because it was all contract brewed stuff.
It's never the same, is it?
No.
I don't care. You know, we've had this discussion. I don't care what you say. Unless it's brewed where it brewed in the country of origin, and everything's there. It's not quite the same, is it?
Not quite the same. No, I do agree with that. I'm gonna have to go for Jimmy Riddle, mate.
Yeah, no worries. You go for a Piedmont. I'll keep these people going. So, while Dean goes for a P, if you haven't seen, I done Budweiser Budvar from Beer Monster, 5 litre mini keg. I reviewed that earlier. Decent beer, so go and give it a watch. Also, I picked up in Aldi's 250ml bottles of Lef 0%. It's a 6-pack, 250ml bottles. Like I say, the 0% is up £4.49. Reviewed that as well, and I was quite impressed with it, to be honest. So go and give that a watch if you want to. And I haven't got any at the moment, but they also had cans of Warsteiner or Warsteiner in 330ml cans. Now, I remember going into Aldi's before, and they had the 330ml bottles. And I was quite surprised that they had like a 12-pack of that. And I'm certain it said something on there. I think it was like contract brewed from. Well, this 6-pack that I picked up said it was brewed and canned in Germany. So I picked that up. So what I will be doing is a review of the old Warsteiner out of a can. But also I've got a bottle of Warsteiner in a bottle, which I think that was picked up from B&M or something. So I'm guessing if that one was brewed over here, I will do a comparison of the bottle and what have you, but I'll find out a few more details before I put that up, but that'll be coming up as well. So hopefully, like I say, a German version of Warsteiner, and I'll do a comparison version of it, the can and the bottle. And Dean's back now, so I'll just bang on to this comment from Simo. Also, I don't know, tried any of this stuff.
I've
not heard of them.
I've got an imperial stout to have a look from them, actually, a brownie one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I've never had anything before from them, so that's interesting. Just to hopefully get off on the good side.
Yeah, Dina knows. He knows all the new ones. Fair dues.
Yeah, imperial peanut butter brownie. I forget what it's called.
Fair dues. You get through some new stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I like to keep. Yeah, I mean, you can never get on top of it all because it's just far too much. But it's nice to chip away a little bit of bits and bats. You're very fancy.
You very much go. You go a different route to me, don't you? or I go a different route to you, I should say, because you're the one that's been around for ages. But
I don't know. I mean, you
you
just
do a lot
like
of
what you
bottle
like,
shop
don't
stuff,
you?
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe because I buy more for the machines and that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think maybe you invest more in, but it's not a bad thing, is it?
No, again, it's. I mean, I'm not too fussed really. If a beer catches my eye on Trembling Madness, say, because I normally order from them.
Yeah, yeah.
It catches my eye and I order it. I'm not too fussed really how it contracts with views and stuff like that. You know,
No,
it's a beer that I wanted to try. I'll put it out there. I'll review it. I'll put it out there. If it hits off, it hits off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean,
yeah.
you know, whatever.
No. It's just I just think it's good. It's good. I mean, we all kind of say, yeah, I'm not doing it for the money, and I'm not, and we're not.
Well, you didn't to begin with, did you? You've had to work. You've had to work hard to get there.
Money. Yeah, I don't do it for the money.
You don't.
And I don't think I go out specifically to get beers that get views either. But it's
no.
good. I like the way you go. You just, I don't know. You just pick so much different stuff up, and I think that's great. It's great. It's very easy to get drawn into the supermarket shit, isn't it? So
yeah, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, you know, I dip in and out of it. It's bread and butter stuff, isn't it? That you know,
yeah.
you know, you're going to do fairly all right out of a supermarket beer because people can relate to it. You've got a little bit more legwork to do with stuff that you buy online that's niche because not everybody's aware of it.
Yeah,
but again,
that's what I like about it.
I use my channel for that advantage to take the hit. It might not do as well as a supermarket beer, but it might open somebody's eyes up to seeing beers and think, oh, that looks interesting, or you know, it sounds all right, or whatever.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think how you go is the opposite to me, but I'm not putting myself down in that way. Whereas you, any new stuff on the machines, I'll always try and get and do.
That's your sort of like you're the man for that. I've always said PD, anything PD, Baz is your man, because you were drinking all that shit before you even thought about turning the camera on. So you're entitled to have that sort of title, shall we say? Yeah.
But I think you go bottle route as your main thing, and I kind of head towards these things with bottles as backup, and you kind of use your PD as backup, don't you? But it's good. It's I know people will look at me and say, "Oh, you're just doing it for the fucking that," and yeah, I know I'm not.
No,
hopefully you know I'm not.
No,
like I said, how you do your stuff is not for that, is it?
You had these machines before you even thought about turning the camera on. Whereas me, I could fall into that category, and I bought these systems, even though they were both gifts, mind. But people would say, "Oh, he's jumped on the bandwagon here because they do well." Yes, the videos do well view wise. Good. Again, people can relate to it. Yeah. COVID helped probably, the lockdown, because it went through the roof, didn't it? These systems, they fucking sold out, didn't they? When lockdown was on,
just went nuts.
Yeah, no, it's cans and bottles will always be what I'm. You know, that'll always be secondary.
Yeah. Whereas like I said, we're the
other
way around.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's nice to see, isn't it? You know, I like the fact that Jonathan Brown as well. He will never get one of them, will he? He'll never get one of these.
No, it ain't happening.
And that's what I like about him, because he don't give a shit. It's like John will just churn out what he churns out.
Good pedigree then, Greg. Good pedigree, mate.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if he hadn't had anything by him, must be something wrong. There must be you.
Yeah. If you're still watching, Greg, have you managed to do your barrel-aged La yet? Because I know you said that you got a bottle of it. I just got to know what you thought about it and when you're going to do it, obviously, unless you've already done it.
He was. I saw something as well, you know, and sorry, Greg, if I don't watch enough of your channel, but it's like a lot of people, you don't have time to. But he put something up. Wasn't he doing something with Brewdog? I'm certain I saw something that the Brewdog in Carlisle or something. He had something set up, and he was supposed to be going there doing some live tastings or something. Or so be interesting if you are on, Greg. Let us know how that went or whatever was going on exactly, just to put me right.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah. Funny enough, I've been asked to do a live tasting thing. I was supposed to be doing it tomorrow, but they contacted me, and she's got COVID, so it's had to be called off. But you know that St Martin's service station that I get some beers from.
Yeah.
I know when I first went there, they asked me some shit about beer and what have you, and they said they're looking at opening a bar in our town, and they've opened it now. And they messaged me. I think I was away at the time. I think I was away. Yeah, on my holiday, and they messaged me and said, "Would you like to come to our bar and do like a tasting thing with me and the girls that are working there? Teach us all a little bit about beer." I was like, okay, yeah, if you want, we'll do that. And then she messaged me again and said, we're going to do cocktails as well. So if you want to bring the missus along, I said, oh, yeah, I'll do that because yeah. And then about 2 days ago, she messaged me and said, I've got the Rona. We're going to have to postpone it. So yeah, I'll be doing a tasting thing at this pub in my little town, which is quite odd.
Okay. All eyes on Baz.
Well, I don't think I don't think it's going to be a live thing. I don't know, but it'll be quite interesting. I suppose, be a bit odd. It's quite weird, isn't it? If you're in demand.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be nervous as heck. I would. In a situation like that.
Well, the pub's going to be closed, so it's not going to be to the public. I think it's just a case for their.
Yeah, but you're still gonna have eyes on you, though, aren't you? Yeah,
and it you know yourself, it's going to be hard, isn't it? Because we all pick different things up in beers, isn't it? I don't know what to expect really. I'm going
It's when you have a sip and then you pull a face and then you throw the glass up the wall and think, nah, that's crap, I don't want it.
Yeah, I'll try not to do that.
yeah. I was gonna say, don't do that, mate. Jesus.
I'll just say it's not very good, but what am I getting out of it? Not a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking ropey. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of guessing it's to go in there, tell the bar staff what sort of flavours and shit are in it. So if anyone goes in there and says, "What's this like?" they can go that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm guessing.
It always cracks me up when I don't know if you've ever when you're in a supermarket and you go down the beer aisle as you do, and you look at the little tickets on the thing describing what the beer's like. What kind of person writes all that shit? Yeah, it's not true, half of it. I was looking at I think it was the Green King IPA, and I was looking at the description of what they're trying to sell it to you, aren't they? With taste.
It's not the reserve one, is it?
No, it's the normal 3.8.
I've got the reserve over there.
No, 3.8 is their flagship beer, I suppose, if you can call it that. And I was looking at the tasting notes and the description and how they're trying to sort of like woo it to you, Thinking, fucking hell. It's not even an IPA, is it? 3.8. I mean, what's that all about?
It's supposed to be heavily hopped, isn't it? An IPA. Yeah. 5.5% upwards, isn't it? Should be.
Yeah, should be. Yeah. Yeah, that's the minimum, isn't it? 5.5.
Really? Yeah.
I was just baffled by it. It's all marketing shit, though, isn't it? That's the trouble.
Sales, supermarket. It's very different, isn't it? It's appealing to the masses.
Yeah.
Ormond's got back. Not yet, Dino. Maybe next week. Next week, I reviewed the Collab Fest beer for Brewdog, Can't. Oh, that's it. That would be the one that I was
Good
on
stuff.
about.
Yeah.
Well
yeah.
done.
I mean,
Well done.
interesting to see what you think of it, Greg.
Good to get his name out there as well. Well done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Ted Slaughter. Sounds like a nice bloke, doesn't he? It's like an axe charity tortoise. Yeah, it can make you feel a little bit pompous as well, can it? I don't know about you. You can come out and say bits, and it'll be because I don't claim to be an expert.
No, you never should. You never should. All this bollocks about beer influencer and all that fucking rubbish. I mean, it's cobblers. You're giving yourself these silly titles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're just a guy that's got the balls to stand in front of a camera and talk a load of shit and reflect what you think about something.
Yeah.
The majority of it, it's a good experience. Sometimes you'll get a crap beer slip through the net, but you'll let people know that it's a crap beer.
I mean, whether he's kind of commenting as well on me going into that pub and talking to the staff. I mean, I get what he's saying, makes you feel good about yourself, but I would maybe put it a little bit different, because that sounds a little bit up your own arse. But yeah, I mean, if I can go in there, if he's referring to that, if I can go in there and I can say, assuming I get an IPA, okay, you tell me what you get from that, and see what they say, or they'll ask me, and if I can say grapefruit, bit of pine, bit of bitterness out of it, tropical, the bog standard sort of shit.
Yeah.
And they can taste it, and they can go, actually, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
It's not.
That's where I started. That's how I started, really.
Yeah.
It was a case of watching people, and people say, well, and then you kind of learn the sort of flavors, don't you?
You have to sort of persist a little bit with it. If you've just come out of drinking normal beers in the pubs, in the supermarkets, the run-of-the-mill stuff, and then you decide to sort of venture into something a little bit more different, it can upend you a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember the very first, and I never will forget, even to this day, the first imperial stout that I ever tried, a proper imperial stout. It was from De Molen, out of the Netherlands, and it was a bottle of Rasputin, and it was about 12%-ish ABV. And I opened it, poured it, had a sip of it, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, that's boozy. Yeah, I couldn't handle it. Because I just jumped from the 4% Fosters and all that crap.
Yeah.
And straight into something without, you've got to build yourself up a little bit, haven't you? And work yourself into something like that. And it completely upended me. Yeah. I didn't know how to deal with it. It was just booze, nothing else. But now you get that flavour. You can pull flavours out of these beers. Learning curve, isn't it?
And to add to what you said, our reviewers, I'll say reviewers, but I'm sure a lot of the general public will be the same. A lot of people who drink decent beers don't have to be a reviewer to have opinions. But how many times have Brewdog been slated? That beer's shit. It's got none. But if you're making that transition from something that is Carlin or Foster's to something with some hop taste in there, just that little bit extra, that will feel like a big jump for somebody drinking that shit. And then you get people like me and you and others go on, this is fucking awful beer.
They've definitely manipulated the supermarket category to their way with the beers that are available. Punk, Lost Lager, Dead Pony, all their standard core stuff is in the supermarket now, and they've got that placement. They've got that dominance at that level now, and the beers reflect that with where they are. You know, somebody's not going to be put off for making that move to drinking Tetleys all your life or Foster's, and then having a Punk IPA or a Lost Lager.
It's going to feel like a big change.
It's not, but it's not going to be too intrusive.
No.
That crossover is going to be nice and smooth, and it's not going to be. You're not going to be put off by it.
Yeah, you can't go from a Foster's to a fucking 8% double IPA.
No. Foster's to a Camden fucking Imperial Pils. No, it's never going to happen.
No.
But a Foster's to a Lost Lager, that transition can be a hell of a lot more easier.
Yeah.
When you've been drinking them sort of beers, so they've cornered that market. You know, hook, line, and sinker. That's nailed on.
But that's what they've tried to do, isn't it?
They've done it. They've achieved it. Yeah. They've achieved it, mate. Mission accomplished. It's done.
You know,
they've got their little portion now. With every supermarket, they've managed to sort of infiltrate every supermarket with them sort of beers, and it's job done.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, like
when you get higher up, if you like,
you notice them little changes.
Yeah. It's horses for courses, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
A little bit, isn't it? Borman's come back. He's got the trap chalice for it, and both the Brewdog, the trap logo. Yeah.
Nice. Quality, mate.
Good quality. Man. Send it over to me when you finish with it.
Yeah. No, I'll watch that when you put that on out.
Yeah. Ted's come back. Well said, Dean. I live in America, the apex of beer ignorance. I don't know. I can't believe that, because America's massive, isn't it, for craft beer, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's some absolutely legendary craft breweries in America, but I think big beer still rules the roost over there. I think
you'll always get that every country, though, won't you?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there's going to be hardcore fucking a case of beer down your neck, and then go and have a fight with a lamppost or something. I suppose it's one of them, isn't it? I don't know about you, mate. Fucking hell, I'm dragging this one out.
You're wiping the floor with me, Baz. What you know? You got first on, mate.
Fucking hell, I'll tell you.
I thought you were American, Ted. I know you've commented before on a few of my videos, and it's much appreciated. I do like the across the pond interaction. I do. I think America's definitely opened the gateway to a lot of UK breweries. You know, on the craft side of things. I don't think we've quite nailed the West Coast thing yet, but having said that, the breweries that do make a West Coast beer over here do a good job.
Another great pour. Look at that.
You did that with your eyes closed, then, didn't you?
Probably may as well. Then. Out of curiosity, noise in the background. How loud did it seem?
Didn't hear nothing.
Didn't you?
No,
you
nothing.
Talking too loud, man. Talking too. Curious, though. Yeah. Just curious.
I didn't on the first pour though.
No.
It was silent. Yeah, I didn't hear nothing.
So I would say it's maybe not that bad then. The noise of it.
It's only brief anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, again, it don't bother me, and it you know.
It can't be more noisy than that bloody thing.
Yeah, but again, that's brief, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's
you know, people moan about it. It's only going once in a blue moon when it puts a bit of air in, isn't it? Depends, I suppose, on what sort of thing it's on as well.
Yeah.
That's quite plasticky, isn't it, the old crups?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to put something in it though, because it's been a very long while. So it'll be Delirium in a week or two's time.
Good man. Looking forward to that one.
With again another, probably, I don't know. Is that the best beer glass in Belgium? The Delirium.
Which one? Because
the one with
the trunk.
The trunk, yeah.
Mm.
There it is.
I don't know. It's one of them, isn't it? Me missus got both of them. I bought me missus both of them. Yeah, she's got that. I've got it, and she's also got that normal. You know,
the normal
like
tulip.
Almost. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think that's definitely the attraction with a lot of Belgian beers is the novelty with the the extra touches with the glassware and stuff.
Being as we're going down there, that's another one. I like that. Malheur.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's just not hold size of that. That's massive and all. That base has got to be 10 mil thick, 15 mil thick. That base on there, massive. But that's
well, even the glass. You just it's weighty, isn't it? It's weighty.
330 mil line up to there, so you've still got.
Yeah, that's I think it's just the attraction of being sort of like lured down the Belgian route is the actual presentation of the beer. You know, we do see we buy with our eyes, don't we, with the product, and when it's dressed up to the max in a fancy looking glass, and you've got that beautiful head on the top, it sells it to you, doesn't it? Visually, it sells it to you, and when you've got I mean, you know, over in the UK, we've got a boring sort of like straight up pint glass with maybe a logo on it. It's pretty simple. It's not really that appealing to look at. But when you've got something like a Belgian beer glass, it's just a completely different experience, isn't it? You know,
I know old Scott had to dig at me and you, didn't he?
No, yeah.
But it does. It adds to it totally, and you know.
I mean, you could pour this triple K in a bloody any sort of glass. It wouldn't matter, but
it's almost theatre, isn't it?
It's the moment. It's just the moment. It's
theatre, isn't it? Having it in something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like somebody wearing a fucking digital Casio watch, isn't it? And some fucker going out in a Hugo Boss fucking or a Rolex, isn't it?
Oh,
this is the Rolex.
Yeah.
And the fucking Carling glass is a fucking
Casio.
Yeah. You know, it just makes you feel good about yourself. It adds to everything. Pompous, maybe. Fuck it, who cares?
I guess to a certain degree there's a little bit in there, but you've got to be willing to be part of it and see it and look from the outside and think, well, I could just tip that in any old glass, it don't matter.
But it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't. I don't care what anyone says. And me and you know, don't we? There's a certain reviewer out there that was very big on Belgian beers.
Mm-hmm.
Very big on the glasses.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, you know, he was right about the quality of the beer and he was right about the glasses, I think.
You can't argue with it. No, you cannot argue with that. It's
even if there was other things you couldn't agree with.
Yeah. No, credit where credit's due. Yeah. You know, with regards to that, I think you're right.
Hit the nail on the head. And,
and
you know, there's definitely something in there because you collect all the glasses, don't you?
Again, I'll be an absolute hypocrite if I said you can pour any beer in any glass. What the fucking hell is that all about?
Yeah. And I'm not even going to go on to mine.
A complete waste of time. You know, it's not. It's about the moment. It's about having a beer from the brewery and having the glass that beer was designed to go into.
Exactly.
And it's a mystery.
If it adds to that moment, it adds to it. So fuck it. We'll do what we like.
But
Scott
it's
can
like
go
the bloody, when we reviewed the Quack, I mean, that
the
probably
best glass going.
the most oddest shaped fucking glass ever.
Yeah. Apart from Cornet, which I need one of them.
Oh, cornet, yeah.
I need a Cornet glass.
Hell, yeah. Yeah. That's another mystery, that one is.
That is.
So you could
Definitely
get
take
stuff
them.
like that. When we were part of the EU, stuff
know.
like that was easy to get hold of.
I know, and I can't believe I'd never got Saint then. But then at the time, I was buying so much shit, wasn't I?
Yeah. Again, we take it for granted, don't we? We think, oh, we can go back to that next week or the week after. It will always be there, and that's not the case.
No.
But you could get like, I saw it myself on, I think it was Belgium in a box. You could get the glass with the leather holster sort of thing with it, and I think you could get four beers for 25, 30 euros.
Yeah.
In a presentation box. And I kicking myself now with it, because it was something that I'd like to have had just at a presentation. Again, it's drinking a beer out of a fucking horn.
Yeah, awesome, mate. And well, it's where you know yourself. That's where I got half of mine from, and it was buying the packs. But it was buying the packs, I suppose, to how much money was in the wallet, really.
Well,
you kind of tied down, aren't you, a little bit?
It's value. So I mean, some of these gift packs, cheap as chips, really. I mean, I can remember the Ghent strop, the glass. You had that bloody. I've got it over there on display. It's like a noose on a wooden plinth when you hang the bottle from it.
Yes. I wanted that as well.
The Ghent strop. I think that was. You got the glass, 2 bottles, and the hanging thing, the noose.
Yeah.
I think it was 16 euros.
It's fucking silly money, isn't it? It's absolutely stupid.
It's just giving it away, really. That's how I see it. It's probably, I don't know, maybe a Belgian person would think that was expensive, but to me, I thought it was great value for 16 euros for all that.
The problem was they had like 100 things at great value at 16 euros, didn't they?
Lots.
And when you add it all up, you think, hang on.
And that's probably why they went bloody bust.
Yeah, quite possibly. Ted Slaughter's come back in. You're very welcome. We've got lots of highs and lows, so he'll be talking to you. So he's obviously appreciating you saying thanks for watching. Salty Popcorn is in. Evening, lads. They're always in there. Chris the Butcher's popped in. Evening, you reprobates. He's been hanging around Scott too long, he has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Reprobates, cheeky sod. Oh, here we go. Nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
Good work.
That's a fair comment, actually. You put that pretty,
It's true, actually. I don't care what you say. You can call people snobs because they want the right glass, but you get it over here, don't you? People will serve you a fucking. Well, there's nothing distinctive about a beer, is there? Now, like you say, every beer will come in that same shaped glass.
Yeah.
And you think
it's education, isn't it? What's the beer that I had? I ordered a beer from Witherspoons. Oh, this is going back years. Fucking hell. I saw it in the fridge. It wasn't on tap. It was a bottle in the fridge, and I think it was either a Hefeweizen or a wheat beer or something along them lines. It was definitely German. And she asked me if I wanted ice in it. I said, what? She went, do you want some ice in that? I said, it's a beer. Oh, right, okay. You don't want
education.
But yeah, no, I completely get where he's coming from with that, really. I mean, you couldn't put it any better.
Well,
you know,
and
champagne in a coffee mug. I mean,
going back to me saying that I'm doing that tasting thing, if you like. You know, maybe I'm going there to educate the fucking staff a little bit. You you know, maybe there's going to be things about glasses and that. I don't know.
I mean,
It might be a tasting thing. It might be a little bit about teaching them what, you know.
I don't think it's as important over here than it is in Belgium.
It should be, I think.
Yeah. I mean, but having said that, though, if you ordered an IPA in a craft beer bar and it was presented to you in a teku, would you and ah about that? I mean, it's a fancy glass, isn't it?
I think you can have IPAs in tekus, though, can't you? I
think you can. Yeah, you can have any beer in a teku.
If you're having an old school IPA in a teku glass, it would be no. I don't know. It's not snobbery, but it's like dressing a fucking 80-year-old in a fucking shell suit, isn't it? It don't fucking work. He might look good, he might be warm, and he might only be going shopping, but come on.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I mean, I've heard stories like over in Belgium at some of the bars over there where people have gone up to the bar and they've ordered a glass of Delirium, a Delirium tremens, and the bar person has said, "You'll have to wait because we haven't got any glasses in." You know, people have ordered that beer. The glasses that we've got available aren't on the bar at the moment. Customers have got them. You'll have to wait or order something else because they won't put that beer in another glass. Yeah. You know, it's almost like a religion over there.
Or the English have been over there nicking all the glasses.
Well, I mean, again, people taking
no names, Dean.
You've got to take one shoe off, haven't you? You've got to take one shoe off and hand it over to the bar.
Yeah.
When they give you a glass of beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you've got an expensive pair of trainers on, you take one off to hand it over as an insurance policy because you've got their glass. Yeah. You know, you've got to hand that glass back over to get your fucking trainer back.
Well, I had to pay a tenner deposit, didn't I, for a quack glass? Yeah. And it wasn't even the official quack glass. It had it was the same shape, but the wooden stand didn't have all the quack branding. Mm. And I had to pay a tenner deposit in case it never went back. I said, I don't care, I've got two at home. Which, you know, I suppose I could have been lying, couldn't I? Mm. And it's got to be said, I have in the past been known to borrow a glass or two. So
I've done it myself before, mate.
I think everyone has, mate. I think everyone has.
With one of the jobs that I've done in the past where we had a contract for, I don't know if you've ever heard of Balgo.
No.
It's a Belgian beer chain. They've got a few dotted around. The one that I was delivering to was in London somewhere, fucking Charing Cross way. And I went in there. I finished doing the delivery, and he was signing the paperwork off, ticking the invoice off. And I looked over at the bar, and I saw these glasses. And I was like, fucking, I was drawn to it like a zombie. And I was looking at all these.
I'm not inviting you at my house.
And I went back to him. I said, have you got any of these glasses going begging? He was, I don't know what nationality he was, but I don't think he quite understood what I said. And he nodded his head. He went, yeah, sure.
And he went, yeah, sure.
So I went, I went back to the bar and I grabbed about 5 or 6 glasses, and I went back to him and I said, is this all right? And he went, no, put them back. I said, you said I could help myself. He went, no, put them back. I was gutted. I had some belly, all sorts of shapes and sizes. You know, I was just getting into it back then. It was. Yeah.
Did you go back in there after and have them?
No, I went off in a huff.
You didn't sneak round the back, did you? Right, I'll have you, you little.
I just thought, fucking, I shouldn't have said anything to you and just walked away with them.
Yeah.
That's what honesty happens to you, mate. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Honesty's not always good.
No.
Thompson said hi to Chris the Butcher. Beer for breakfast, facts for snacks. Like it. Ontario. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey.
Cheers. It's amazing how far you get out, and it's some people.
Yeah.
It does make you think.
The beauty of YouTube, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody's open to come in and have a look.
Krista said, "Hi, back to Thomas. Salty popcorn." Scott would put Allagash in a chip teacup. Yeah. And no doubt JB would pour it really shit, so he had about that much beer. I'll tell you what, that bloke needs to learn how to pour a beer, doesn't he? He really does.
He did a Sainsbury's beer, didn't he, the other day? Or today, I think he put it out.
Yeah. He goes, "Oh, this one should be okay. We'll be okay with this." And he poured about that much bloody head, wasn't it? About that much beer. I do think sometimes, if you've just finished a beer and you pour another one straight in, and this is going to sound like snobbery, right? Sometimes I find that head builds up really big. I think you'll either get a beer with no head, or you'll get a beer with a massive head, and it don't matter how you pour it.
Pick a style of glass, Baz, and I'm gonna pour myself a triple K with a glass. I've got all sorts.
A style of glass.
Huh?
A style of glass.
Yeah.
That's a bit harsh. What? You want me just to try and catch you out, see if you can pour a decent beer?
Yeah.
Pilsner glass.
Pilsner glass. Right. Okay.
A tall, straightish one.
Pilsner Urquell.
Let's have a look at the glass first.
Yeah.
Go for that then. It's not bad. Did the pump kick in then?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, for such a narrow glass, that's done a good job. You are officially better than JB pouring a beer. then again, I think Courtney, my daughter's better than JB at pouring a beer.
It's just calm down a little bit.
While you're all waiting for that to calm down, right? Vincent Doyle, did you ever see a Guinness in a Foster's glass? You'd pour it down the sink. I've seen that before. You just want it in the right glass, didn't you? Stella, right out of the can. I'll tell you what, I'd rather have a Stella out of a can than in something different. Because again, Stella, I don't care.
Stella glass is pretty nice, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't care how shit a Stella is. You've got to have it in that glass, haven't you? It's part of drinking a Stella.
Stella glass is quality.
Yeah. Window beer reviews. Thomas coming again. Please like and share. Top man, Thomas. You are a legend. You're a legend when it comes to beer, Chris. Yeah. Legend or legend, one of them. He's a top man for the food reviews, isn't he? He bangs them out. Old Chris does. And Chris has enjoyed that comment from Thomas. Cheers, lads, on the Crombacker tonight. David Rogan.
Yeah.
Good man. Crombacker, good solid.
I nearly got a bottle of that for that Scott's £10 Tesco challenge.
Yeah. That's
but
funny.
I put that back and ended up getting. I don't even know what I bought now. It was literally a few hours ago, and I'm like,
Warsteiner and
Paul
German one.
Yeah. No, it was the Polana. I put the Crombacker back and got the Polana. Yeah.
Thomas has basically said, "Well done, David." Ted's gone ha 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 ha. Almost a bit of fun.
That don't look too bad, does it? You think that was a bloody lager in there, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah. Still plenty of bubbles in there, even though it's got a little bit flat.
What are you fucking playing at?
Yeah. I'll try it in a quack glass next. Now, I'll tell you what, there'll be head and a half on that then. There really would be. That takes some pouring a decent beer.
Yeah, it would,
Right.
yeah. Or the bloody the Westmouth, the chalice.
Oh yeah,
be,
yeah.
I bet that'll be pretty tricky to get a decent pour.
I actually think, all these chalice cups, because they're so big at the top, I think that's why they do it. Because their beers are quite well carbonated.
And
when
you
it's
always get
narrow,
a
the
good
head's
head.
going to build up quicker, isn't it? Whereas it disperses it, doesn't it? I think that's why.
Again, I think that's that. You know, a lot of British people would go, "I want beer. I don't want head." They feel like they're being undercut.
Wrong attitude. Wrong attitude. Give me a better beer over the fucking more beer.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a better one than
Yeah.
Dave's come in. Beer should be served in the right glass. As an Irishman, when I see a Guinness served in anything other than a Guinness glass, I'd rather not. No, totally agree. Guinness has to be in a Guinness glass. It doesn't matter what sort of standard of beer we're talking about, and we all have different views on it. But a Guinness has to be in a Guinness glass, doesn't it?
I think it's like it's just it's brand. You just it doesn't matter if it's macro or craft or whatever. No. That doesn't matter. That can go out the window straight away. It's brand. It's product placement, isn't it? You know, you've got a pint of Guinness. It's got to be in a Guinness glass. What's the point in serving it in a bloody Murphy's glass? You know?
Yeah. You know, you don't have bacon and egg, do you? Well, you have bacon and egg, but you don't have bacon and brown. So, fucking. I'm trying to think of something here stupid. You don't have bacon and fucking chocolate fucking spread, do you? It's got to be a bacon and egg butty.
Bacon and egg butty, yeah.
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 Thomas has come in, ordered an IPA in a bar once, and it come out a pint of glass with ice. I remember you saying, Dean, that you had ordered an IPA shandy, wasn't it? And you had a fucking or bit of shandy, and they brought you out an IPA shandy.
Yeah, that was
Chieftain, you said.
Miller and Carter, wasn't it? Yeah, Chieftain IPA with a lager, a lemonade dash. Yeah.
What's the matter with people? They do need educating, don't they? I don't care what you say. Brutal, mate. Absolutely brutal. Yard of ale glass, perhaps.
Oh, fucking hell, the old twisting it, to get the old technique.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a challenge now. There's a glass you need, mate. There's a glass you need. Shout glass. I'm kind of thinking stout glass. Stout glass, huh?
Stout glass, yeah. Shot glass, stout glass. Yeah, I don't know.
It's either shot glass or stout glass. Oh, way up. My mate's in Kirkworthing. He's the captain of our darts team. I didn't go to darts last night. You missed a few turbo shandies last night, Baz. Yeah, probably a good fucking idea as well, knowing you fuckers. I think the last time I went out with them, or the second to last time, I threw my guts up. I don't care what glass they serve the Stella in, as long as it's served by the barmaid from the TV commercial. Yeah. Yeah, well, there are times where you can kind of ignore it, isn't there?
Yeah. It's like the old Boddingtons, wasn't it? With what was her name? John Flake in that.
Melanie Sykes.
Melanie Sykes, yeah. Back in the 90s.
That's great, but where I live, I ain't going to get no Melanie Sykes, so I want the Stella glass.
Yeah. Doesn't see much Boddingtons around anymore now, though, to be fair.
No, you don't. I used to like a Boddies as well. It's not the old smooth, like bitter thing, isn't it? But again, I bet if I went back to it now, I'd probably go fucking hell. Shit.
Yeah, it's not the same. I know it's quite popular over in America, and I think it's badged up as pub ale, Boddington's pub ale. You've still got that cream flow sort of vibe in there, and it's bare bones requirements of a bitter, I guess.
Don't get me wrong, it's one of them, isn't it, that you can just sit and drink and throw down your neck.
Well, you just turn off. It's robot sort of drinking. You don't need to even think about it. You just go through the motions. 10 a penny, with most beers, Worthingtons, the cream flow stuff.
Yeah.
Boddingtons, Tetleys. You can just turn your head off and just go through the motions, because there's nothing really sort of flavour wise to sort of draw you in, unfortunately, which is a shame.
That's true. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Have I missed something? Baz Spazam still alive, still at the brewer's tap. This is what I miss about Scott. Nothing. Thomas has said, "Oh, you Scott. Thomas, you can go away too as well." Only joking. You're all right, Thomas.
You're bored.
You're bad. Yeah. John Smith, you're bad.
Yeah.
Me mate Kirk's come back laughing. Cheeky sod. I ain't drinking with him. He's a fucking monster. He is. And Scott's come in and said, "Evening, Thomas." Right. I'm going to leave you to take over for 2 minutes now.
Have I got any? I can't see the comments, mate. So have I got anything I can sort of latch onto?
No. Well, we got a dodgy one there, I think. I'll tell you what. Ask Scott how he's doing. Ask him if he's having a good night.
What's he saying here? Spaz. Are you still out and about then, Scott, mate? Are you still out and about? I'm stuck with this fucker. Shame you can't be. You could send you a link and you could pop on, couldn't you? Kill 10 minutes. That'd be pretty interesting. No, it's been good fun actually. I do enjoy having a beer with Barry. He's a good lad, and I know you speak very highly of him as well, mate. He's a top bloke. This is weird. This is because I can't see jack shit. I've got nothing to leech onto. I wouldn't even know. No, I'm not going to start messing with stuff. I'll wait till he gets back. So you've been out on the piss then, Barry? Scott. Here he is. He's back.
I'm back. Have we got more abuse coming, have I?
He's been out on the piss then, Scott has.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know the difference because he just chucks shit at me all the time. So sober, drunk, or whatever, don't really make any odds.
You know as well as I do, he thinks very highly of you, mate.
I'll tell you what, I got thicker skin than this bar behind me, mate.
Yeah, no, you're a good sport. You're a good sport with that.
I put up with it. When I need some videos doing, I'll give him a shout.
Okay, it's gassy, mate, isn't it? This stuff.
Gassy, eh? I don't know. That'd be the glass you got it in. That'd be the glass you got it in.
Yeah, the carbonation's not really sort of connecting with me.
What do you want to do then? Should we give it another half hour? Give it to half past?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Had quite a few people watching.
You've got people commenting still. We'll keep cracking on with it.
Yeah. Well, I'll be asking and give me missus some time, but yeah. Keep calm and box on. No idea what that is. But they said hello and cheers. Cheers. I picked a couple more beers up actually today in Lidl's. Scott reviewed one of them. Donkey Stone Brewing there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. But me and the missus happened to go shopping, so I picked that up. And there was a New England IPA, so I just thought, oh fuck it, I'll just pick that up as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't quite know what language Scott used when I spoke to him about it, but I don't think he's expecting a sort of invite into the brewery at any sort of stage.
And the worst thing is, I think I've probably picked it up from the comment on his thumbnail. Now, this was a surprise. So after what you've said.
That was the lager, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that the one you watched?
Lost for Words or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I read it wrong?
I think you have, mate. Yeah.
I will. Oh, well, never mind.
The beauty of thumbnails, how deceiving they can be.
That's it, yeah. At least I can't say I've been influenced by Scott's review, only by the thumbnail.
Yeah. Good luck, mate. Good luck.
No. I'm going to message you after, Dean, because Scott knows about it, and I don't want to say anything online because it might look a little bit like thingy. But I'm going to message you after,
Okay.
and tell you something. It's be quite interesting, really. So,
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That was a boring conversation, wasn't it?
No,
Really
no, no. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued now. Obviously, you're
Well,
gonna
tell me because I'm quite surprised by it. I was like, I was just walked into Aldi's with the missus, and I had this text I had a couple of messages with this company.
Oh, right.
About something I said, and then they come back with something else. And I was like, okay. So I'll message you after because
send me a message.
I might come across a bit of a twat on his. I don't want to. So David Rogan, for talk's sake, best lager from each: England, Germany, Belgium, Spain, and France. Right. Go, Dean.
Best lager from England, Germany, Belgium, Spain, and France.
Obviously, that only depends on what you've had.
Germany, fucking, I'll take your pick. Jesus. Augustine lager beer hell from them. England, I quite like Lost and Grounded. I think they do a pretty decent hellers. Belgium probably have to be Jupiler.
I thought you were going to say that.
Spain, I haven't really dabbled that much with Spanish beer other than the macro stuff, and I think it's the same with France. I mean, Kronenberg, but you know, that's a safe bet in it. Really, there's probably a little bit more to be had. So yeah, Spain and France, I think I'll leave out, but the others, yeah, they're my.
They're your ones. England,
Yeah.
I would say, and Wednesday from Pressure Drop. I think from what you sent me that time.
Yeah.
That belter that was. Germany. The one that really sticks out that I enjoyed was Edelstoff. I think that was Augustina. Edelstoff. Augustina Edelstoff, was it?
Yeah, it is.
I think we saw that when we met up. I think that was in one of the bottle shops. Off license.
Yeah. It was, yeah. It was in that one down the road from Gonzo, yeah.
That's it, yeah. I think it was in there. I recall having that in a reduced box, a mystery box. It was like buy one case, get another one free, 30 quid. And I think for me, that one really stood out. And it still stands out as being a really great beer. So I'd probably go for that one. But I've had lots of decent beers. Belgium, best lager from Belgium. Again, probably Jupiler. Stella in the old days, maybe. But
I know. I don't know if you're familiar with Brasserie de la Seine. They do a good Pilsner.
No.
Yeah, their Pilsner is pretty good. I don't think it's as readily available as something like Jupiler, but still got a pretty good reputation.
Yeah, probably Jupiler. Although saying that, I had the Jeanette lager, the organic Belgium lager on the PD. And I thought that was all right, actually, for 4.5%. Spain, same as you.
Yeah.
You're heading down fucking San Miguel route, and France, Kronenberg. But it's all pretty much, you know, I can't think of anything from Spain particularly off the top of my head.
I think it's anything goes, doesn't it? When you're over there, the chances are you're on your holidays, so anything sort of cold and crisp will do the job. Really, you might get a little bit pissed off with it towards the end of your holiday, but initially, something like a Alhambra originally is quite nice actually, and then I think you get a little bit tired of it because you just keep going back to it.
England, German, Belgium. Well, I mean, England, Spain, and France are going to be your fucking bog standard stuff, aren't they?
Yeah.
We live in England, so we do get to try some different branded sort of, upper class.
Germany was the worst.
fucking hell, you can fucking. Oh, you can just. Rarely a bad beer from Germany, is it? Rarely a bad beer.
To be fair, I don't know about you, Baz, but I don't think I've ever had a bad German beer, really.
Not so fucking rough. I had a couple of craft. I think one or two craft ones out of that box that were a little bit. But even then, that was me being picky.
Yeah.
Really, they weren't so bad that you think, oh, I can't fucking drink that. It's awful. You know, even the Becks on PD, it's not that bad. That it's all right. My first review, actually, that was the one I sent you and Scott.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
We were guinea pigs, weren't we?
Yeah, I bet you regret it now, don't you?
What do you think of it, guys? Be honest. I think I said you did a pretty good job, actually.
I think the pair of you said the same thing.
Yeah, you did a good
more
job,
surprised
mate.
than you.
And the rest is history, isn't it? Because you've done all right for yourself, haven't you? Since you've been operating.
Yeah, it's worked out, hasn't it?
You've got a nice little audience. You've got a loyal group of followers. Your videos do all right, mate. So mission accomplished in my eyes.
If people are watching, they must be doing something right.
Yeah. It is. I guess it's a nice feeling, isn't it, when you get people, you know, leaving comments and stuff like that and saying, you know, nice review and singing off the same in sheet as you, really.
Yeah. Well, you don't come on here, do you? You don't do it to hope that you get loads of people slating you, do you?
No.
Of course you don't. You know, because it's not how we are. It's not how people are. You hope that people enjoy stuff, and you know, if they say good review and they've enjoyed watching it, well, that's something to go by. Always going to be a few idiots in there that want to fucking tear you to shreds.
You've got to allow for that to happen, though, haven't you? Because of the nature of the platform, I guess. You know, you're not putting your video out to selected numbers of people. You're letting everybody have a look at it, and if you get it wrong and pop on to have a look at your video and they disagree with it, then
so be it.
What can you do about it? You can't do nothing about it. You know, their opinion is they probably don't like you. They don't like what you've said about the beer, and they disagree with you 100%. Fair dues. Have a nice day. Cheers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you've got to be like that as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
You'd be a broken man, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, you just end up knocking it on the head, wouldn't you? If you let that sort of shit get to you, then you'd call it a day a long time ago, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. You got to have a thick skin, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Paul Greenwood, Holland. So I'm guessing he's saying about the best lager from Holland. Ooh.
Well, I mean, you've got the likes of Grolsch, Bavaria. I suppose there's some other lower end stuff, isn't there?
You're thinking Heineken. I actually think Heineken's quite decent, certainly from the blade.
Yeah, it does the job, doesn't it? It does the job.
But I'm trying to think of other lagers I've had. I probably have. I'd have to go through my videos. I've done that many videos now. I hit the 1,000 mark just after Christmas, I think.
What, uploads?
Yeah.
You know, you're not messing about, mate.
Not all beers, though. Obviously not all beers, but I bet you 1,700 of them were. Or 700, I should say.
Yeah.
700. Yeah, I bet there was a good 700-800 of them. Yeah. Most of them coming about 9 months of being on lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it did get the better of some people, didn't it?
I don't know what you mean.
Fuck off.
I woke up January the 1st and then woke up in August the 19th.
God, I can remember me, you and Scott chatting away and that group. Bloody hell. We were just fucking, it was beer, wasn't it? It was just, let's just have a fucking beer. We've got nothing else to do.
I remember the first live I done with you, T. And funny enough, and I do, and that was during lockdown. And that was about the only night I got drunk.
What was that?
That would have been about May, I reckon. It was just, I think it was after I started doing the reviews. And I'd had a couple in the afternoon. It was on a Saturday. And I come onto the live with a Hertog Jan, Grand Prestige Barley Wine, 10%. First one at 7 o'clock.
Woo.
But I'd had a couple before that. And then by the end of the night, I was fucked. And I've got another bottle to do as it happens. Boom. And I got the glass rig. Boom.
Yeah. It is pretty comical though, isn't it, when you do this sort of stuff, when you link up with somebody else to do a live.
Yeah.
Because it's as long as the person doesn't take the video down, it's there forever sort of thing, and it's quite comical that you can go back to it a few years later and look back on it, and you know.
I'm quite lucky because I think Scott was more pissed than me. So
I've had him a couple of times on some of my early lives though with him, and he's been absolutely battered. He gets wasted quick, and he starts slurring his words, and it's good though. It's real though, isn't it? It's natural.
Reality,
it's real.
mate, isn't it? It's reality.
Yeah.
I'll put another comment up. Ted Slaughter. All right, okay.
Huh?
I think he's calling out to you, Dean. He wants you to send him like a Fuller's ESB. I think that's what he's saying.
Oh, he'd love all that, wouldn't he? Yeah, Fuller's ESB or the vintage ale.
Yeah, I got the vintage ale to do. So be interesting to try that one.
They've reduced that in my Waitrose.
Really?
I'll put the fucking sticker off it now. I think it was £4.
Was it?
£4.
£6. I think £6 I paid for it. So
They had the old sticker on it, reduced to clear. I thought, I'm having that. Lovely. This year, last year, should I say? Beautiful, lovely.
Thomas Metal, best English lager. Samuel Smith's organic lager. I got to admit, I didn't enjoy that too much.
No, was that the one I sent you?
It might have been, yeah. I was a little bit disappointed with that. I expected a bit more.
Yeah.
Inga Oktoberfest, Marzen, maybe. I think I have had that, but I've had a lot of German beers. But the one that sticks out is that Edelstoff for me. Never had a French lager. You must have had Kronenberg at some point.
Yeah,
Stella is all I know. Belgium lager.
That's the only port of call, though, isn't it? When you think about French lager, straight away you're thinking Kronenberg.
I don't know unless you've bought some of the fucking stubbies from a supermarket.
Oh, fucking hell, the little bloody
Argus.
Jesus, I mean, yeah, well, 10 beers for like £3 or something.
Yeah. I used to buy shitloads of that. Fucking hell.
Yeah, table beer.
I had a birthday party thing, and I bought. There was other stuff as well, anyway, but other people come and bought their own beer, and I bought 100 bottles of the fucking stubbies. I did to put in a bucket. 100 bottles.
Continental lager at its best.
Yeah. Chateau de Shite. Oh, by the way, Dean, I'll tell you, there's a new Stella beer coming out on PD, an unfiltered version, 5%. It's coming out on Monday.
Yeah, I'll let you fucking run after that, mate.
Oh, I'll try that.
Yeah, no, I'll be lying if I said I weren't slightly interested on it, but it'll wait. It'll keep. You know, I'm not gonna run out to do it, or you know.
Well, I'm going to do an order.
YouTube premiere it, shall we say?
Oh, well, I ain't going to do that. I'm waiting for a bit because I've done another survey for the machine the other day. Yesterday or the day before. You know, I said got the surveys to earn thingy. So I've done that. So that'll be another 25 quid's worth of beer tokens. And I
Well,
got 15 to go on because I
money in the
returned
bank,
some.
isn't it?
Well, 65 in there at the moment. 15 to go on for the kegs that I returned the other day. So that's 80. 105 when they go on. I've got a video chat thing to do. It's going to be worth 50 quid's worth.
It's money for old rope, isn't it, though, that?
Yeah. I mean, going back to the PD, what do you think about the prices? Because I know a lot of people complain about the price of the old PD.
I'm quite comfortable now with a yeah.
Do you think?
Because I always think now, you know, I've got triple K sitting in there right now. I know when I finish it, it's got 5 quid attached to it for my next purchase. So if I'm looking at a beer, so say like Lafay Ritual, which is about the £41 mark, I know I can skim a fiver off that, and it just sounds more appealing.
Yeah.
You know, when you start talking 36 quid for that sort of beer, that sort of caliber, I'm happy with it. No problem.
Do you think the initial outlay though? It's worth it.
I think it's money well spent. Yeah. I don't regret any of them. I mean, this, you know, the Krups. I mean, at the time of me having one of them, I think it was about 100 quid or something like that. Of course, the PD is a little bit more, but I think equally they've both got a purpose. They've both got a valuable price point within the beer world, I guess.
It's funny, isn't it? Because how much can you pay for a cheap kettle? Well, a bog standard cheap kettle these days, 50 quid.
Maybe go a bit
you
cheaper.
Can you? Yeah, you can get cheaper, but if you want something that is a little,
you want something half decent, yeah.
You look middle of the road. I mean, you can pay fucking 100 quid for a kettle, couldn't you?
Right? I mean, brand wise.
Yeah, you say 50 quid for a kettle, a Breville one or something, yeah. All you're doing is boiling water.
Mm.
And yet and you can do that in a saucepan.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
But people are moaning about 100 quid, 150, 200 quid for something like that you can't replicate in any way, can you?
No. That for me, I think it is a system. I think it's spot on with regards to you look at the Krups price point or RRP 100 quid, shall we say? I think that's bang on.
How you pay?
And I think for the perfect draft,
come here.
150 quid or thereabouts, spot on.
Yeah. So what do you think, right? I mean, I don't know how much this new machine is going to be. I'm going to guess it's going to come in at less than what I paid for it, which was 329.
Yeah, it's got to come in
because they're chucking
way below that
120 something back at you, and I don't believe they're going to chuck all that at you.
No, all these little incentives that you're getting back from it, like doing these, you know, these interviews and these video calls and surveys and all that jazz. You've paid for that. You've paid for that, so you're not getting it for free. Although it seems like at the time, quick interview, 5 minutes, 50 quid, happy days. Yeah. I think that's already been factored in with the price.
Yeah.
So the RRP for the new one, it's got to be fucking 180, 200.
I think it'll be higher than that.
Yeah.
I think 250, 280. I think. I don't think we'll totally be ripped off. As in me buying it now and getting so much back. But I do think they'll claw some of it back. Now you don't have the machine. So you have no idea really, only what I've told you. If the PD was 300 quid, what would your views on that price be? Being as you own that one and you got the little extras with this, would you say it's worth it still?
You've got to bear in mind that this PD, this version, was a gift. It was a Christmas present.
Yeah.
So if my missus had bought the new version for that price, then I'd be sort of thinking to myself, where the fucking hell have you got 300 quid from?
Yeah, all right, ignore that side of it, but just general cost. Not what money you have, but initially.
It'd be. I mean, if we were talking that sort of price point, for me, buying it out of my own pocket, I'd probably have to walk away and say that's a little bit too rich for me at that price.
Yeah.
If it's any cheaper, then and all. But
do you think it's worth it though, from what you've seen of that? Bearing in mind, if your missus paid 200 for that, she got quite a decent price. Because you're looking 230, 240 now for them.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Well, to be honest, they've been 230, 240 for a long time, but they were doing better offers years ago, which is what I'm guessing is trying to get you.
They've pulled the rug from underneath your feet a little bit with offers, whereas before they were almost chucking deals at you, weren't they? Silly, a keg here and a keg there, added onto it, sort of thing.
Well, father-in-law got one for 100 quid because they were doing a bit of a deal.
Yeah,
and my first one was 150.
I'm happy with what I've got at the moment. This layout works for me for what I use it as. A keg of beer once in a blue moon, more or less, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
it works for me. That setup works for me. I'm a little bit envious of the temperature control thing, obviously for various styles, but
yeah, I'm certainly not asking you to try and look a little bit pompous above you or anything.
No.
But I'm just curious.
Yeah, I know.
Because like the father-in-law always said, like I said, oh, it's that price, it's not worth that. Well, they're always going to make money, aren't they? They're always out to make more profit.
You've got to be completely committed to it, aren't you? Though at that sort of price, I mean, if you start hesitating about stuff like that, then that, to me, that speaks volumes.
That's
anyway,
your answer, yeah.
That's your answer. You're umming and ahhing about it, so straight away, alarm bells are ringing because you're thinking, is that too much money? Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes I think it's a case of actually taking the plunge and realizing what you've got afterwards.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, I can't see a lot of people regretting having something like this. There might be a few people that have bought this system and thought, I'm not happy with it. Nah, what's this all about? It's not doing anything for me. There might be a few people out there, but I think the majority of people that have bought something like that are quite happy with what they've got.
And this is my point. If you're using it week in, week out, surely that £250 price tag is worth it, isn't it?
Well,
or even maybe,
it's paid for itself after a month, isn't it? If you're continually using it.
Yeah, that's
job done.
That's more what I was getting about, really. As in, if you think it's worth it. But I suppose, again, valid point.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, most of your stuff is bottled beers and cans. So
this is a nice little sort of sideline once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Because it is once in a blue moon. It's not constant. I don't feel like I need to get the latest release sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Just Thomas Metal. He's come back. Spain, Estrella Dam, perhaps. I'm from the US, so I haven't had a bunch of Belgium or Spanish or French lagers. Never had any Belgium lagers, really.
I mean, there are a few around. You've just got to look a little bit deeper, haven't you, with it? You know, but they do exist. But I suppose necessarily you wouldn't go straight to Belgium for the first port of call for pilsners or lagers, would you?
No,
you'd think dark beers, strong beers.
Yeah, I think lagers you're looking Czech, Holland,
yeah, Germany, yeah.
You know, they're your top end lagers, really. Like I said, English lager, that one you sent me, and Wednesday, and Pressure Drop was a belter.
Was that the one with the beef burger on the front?
I think it was.
Yeah, it was like a cheeseburger or something on it, didn't it?
But it was a belter.
Oh, yeah, it was banging. Yeah.
Real bready, real. It was German quality lager.
It can be done. It can be done.
Yeah.
And that again, that's the good thing about doing this stuff. You're trying to shine a light on something that maybe people don't know about, where you think automatically that lagers UK ain't got a cat and mouse chance, but there are people out there that can produce German quality.
You've just got to look past.
You've got to find it. You've got to find it. Yeah.
I'd say in my head then. I was going to say.
I'm gonna have to go for another piddle, mate.
Yeah. Well, do you want to call it a day soon anyway, Mon?
Yeah, you can do, mate. Yeah.
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 We'll come back and we'll finish it off and all
right. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Let's go through a few more of these comments. Keep calm and box on. Love watching the new bar build. By the way, looks good. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm no joiner. I'm no designer or nothing. I'd done a little drawing a couple of days before I started it, and it was almost like a five-year-old had drawn it. It was just sketched out. I had the measurements in my head because I had the old tape measure with me, but I mean, yeah, it was a bit rough and ready. And to be honest, the bar has turned out a lot better than my drawing. I'm happy with it, and as I've said to other people, we've got more room in this place now. Other little things I've tidied up some cables. All my glasses now are on the bar. I'll try and show you. So we got from there all the way across, basically. I don't know how much you can see of that. But I had about 50, 60 glasses sitting in the kitchen. We got like a plate rack thing. So there was a lot of glasses on there. They've all come off now. So pretty much all my shit, as my missus would like to say, is all in here. So she thinks this is untidy, but the rest of the room, part of the other house, you know, well, part of the other house, part of the other parts of the house, I should say, look tidy. So that's a few brownie points I've gained. Paul Greenwood, Hertog Jan on PD, I think is Dutch that you might have reviewed it as. Yes, Hertog Jan is a belter. It's a belter thinking about it. I obviously just dismissed it. Yeah, great beer. That's up there with Heineken, but slightly different. Heineken's more one of them lighter, easy drinking Dutch lagers. Hertog Jan is a belter, big malty flavours. And yeah, I mean, that's up there, like I've said. But I totally forgot about that one, Paul, so I do apologise. Dean's back. Ted Slaughter's in. We'll go through these comments, Dean, shall we?
Yeah, go for all, mate.
I'm taking up all your night. Ted Slaughter, cheers all. I'm off to do some chores. Cheers, Ted. Thanks for commenting.
Cheers, Ted.
Obviously, you know Dean. Hopefully you've subscribed to my channel if you haven't already. So thank you very much. Dave Wilson. Hi all. Thank you, Dave. We're just about to leave you now. I don't know how long ago you put this up, but you're probably a bit gutted, but we have seen you now. Stu C. Blade at 475 is steep, but maybe if the beer selection was better, the overall price looks better. In all fairness, it took me a good 18 months to get a Blade. The selection started to get bigger. There was only 4 beers originally when I first saw it. Heineken 0%, Birra Moretti and Tiger. And then there was a lot of imported stuff come out, and it went to about 15 kegs. And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to bite the bullet. So bought it, and now there's a good selection building up. But
that's good though.
You know, yeah, you can only have so many fucking beers, couldn't you? That aren't.
Yeah, you've got to keep that sort of interest alive a little bit more with releasing new stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
On a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it from a consumer side. I can see it from a business side. From them, you know, there's no point having 100 beers out if you're only going to sell 200 of each. If you had like 30 beers out, and you could sell like fucking 10 times as much. You know?
Yeah,
I think the selection's good. What I would like to see maybe on the Heineken Blade is a little bit more difference in styles. You know, there's wheat beers on there, which is great. There's lagers. We got a couple of blonde ales and what have you, which is good. A stout would be good. There is a cider on there, which is decent. So hopefully a few more different ones come out. But yeah, it's steep. It certainly makes the PD look cheaper. But again, it's down to personal preference, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much you got to spend, and yeah, which I totally get all that. David Thompson's in. Thank God we're going now, because he always gives me shit. Evening, guy. Hey, bloody hell. And we got another dodgy one there, so we'll ignore that one. Vendetta Blonde is decent enough. I'm not sure if I've done that one. You've probably done it, haven't you?
Vedette does he mean
Vedette?
Yeah, Vedette Blonde. Yeah, that's good Belgian stuff again, yeah.
I think I've had that, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and check. Vincent would have liked to see Philips upgrade the PD with temperature control on its machine. Not sure about the InBev machine with all those bells and whistles. Yes, it's true. This is not a Philips machine. InBev have teamed up with a Chinese manufacturer to do it. I'm not really bothered with the branding as long as it lasts. You get a two-year guarantee with this machine, which is same as normal PD. So hopefully, as long as it lasts and any maintenance that might need doing.
You've got that reassurance, haven't you, with the guarantee for 2 years with it. So that's a peace of mind in itself, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you're always going to have that with the changer thing, ain't you? But hopefully it'll work out. Again, it's not officially released yet, is it? So I'm a bit of a guinea pig on it, along with 129 others. But you know, we'll see what happens. And John 78, Wrexham Lagers won awards in Germany. I do know that, John. I did see that, yeah.
I've got a bottle of that that you give me.
Yeah, the export, yeah. It's quite decent. It's quite decent. Is it up there with German stuff? No. But is it a bad English lager? No, either.
No. I mean, judging from what John said on the comment now, I mean, if it's people are taking notice of it over in Germany,
it's got to be all right.
It's doing something right, isn't it? Because they won't piss about. They know their lagers. They know they're good quality lagers.
Yeah.
And they won't take no fools kindly with crap, you know. So it's doing something right if they're
exactly
acknowledging it, shall we say?
And it was only £1.49 a bottle.
Bargain.
So, and that's not from B&M or something. That's from an independent supermarket. So it's, you know, it's a decent beer. Yawning, mate.
I'm not long distance anymore. I wish I was, but I'm not.
I probably bored you to sleep, pal. Probably bored you to sleep.
No, just a long day, mate. Long day.
We've been going 2 3/4 hours.
I mean, really, blinking, it's gone, isn't it? That's the kind of thing, you know. It hasn't been a chore or anything.
And that was live. We were chatting for 15 minutes before, weren't we?
Yeah. But that's the beauty of beer, though, isn't it? You can get lost You can get lost down that rabbit hole and forget about time. You know, you're not clock watching when you talk about beer. It's just
No.
you just run with it, don't you? Go with the flow, sort of thing.
And that helps with people interacting, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because it adds to the conversation.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to get the people that are taking their time to watch this stuff and interact and get their feedback from what they think about beer and products and all that. You know, it's part and parcel of doing something like this. You've got to allow the people that are viewing and commenting their sort of time, I guess. You know, it's
Well, they're
only fair,
entitled to
isn't it?
their opinion, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
They're sitting there watching you, wasting their Saturday night. So, you know, you've kind of got to let them have their say, which
Yeah,
is
definitely.
justified.
Yeah,
But 90%
that's
of
only
it has
fair.
been, well, 99.9 has been bang on.
But
There's been the odd comment I've had to fling past.
no, I can't see them, mate, so I don't know.
No, I think there was about 3. I think it was more a case of promoting other shit.
Oh, the old fucking Russian bots.
Yeah, pretty much.
That seems to be everywhere, though. I don't know why they're homing in on beer reviews, though. But it's not just. It's everybody's channel seems to be, you know, Russian bots leaving their von./com or whatever.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. I'm sure.
I wouldn't mind, but I've got
them.
enough porn channels anyway, so I don't need no more. You know, if I was that desperate, you know, I'm going to have another top up. We will make a move.
Fucking hell,
I'm
Bash,
gonna
you're
have
not
another
missing
top
about,
up.
are you, tonight, mate?
Well, they're just going down, aren't they? It's going down one. You
It's,
know what it's like.
it is Moorish, though. I'll give them that. Very Moorish. Lovely. It really is nice. And it's always good to have a beer like this for the first time with somebody else, like i.e. Barry. It's good. It's good. It's enjoyable. It's good fun. Barry's a nice bloke.
There we go.
Got a lot of time for the man.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. So I've cleared the kitchen of glasses now, Dean. I've been good.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Got that little rack that I had all my Belgium glasses on. Everything is down here now.
I quite like that little rack though that you had.
Do you know what we've done with it now?
Go on.
Bottles of spirits on it now.
Well, I suppose it's better. It's better than you saying you've chucked it in the fucking bin, I guess.
Well, did think about doing. I said to the missus, because she's always like these plate racks and shit. I said, look, before we take this down and just chuck it in the bin or whatever, I said, can we do anything with it? I said, do you want to put plates on there or do this, do that? So we got like, you know, bottles of spirits and shit on there now. And it still looks quite cool. So, and that's part of the reason some of this looks a bit tidier, because where the spirits were is now where all her makeup and shit is, which would normally be on top of the fish tank. So everything else sort of looks a bit tidier. So it's not a bad thing. She did say to me, I don't like all the glasses there. So it looks cluttered. Can't you put doors on it? No. My bar. She goes, yeah, but it's my dining room. I said, yeah, it's my dining room too, and it's fucking staying like that.
No, fair enough.
All the shit's in one place now, though. All the shit's in one place. So that's it, yeah. And even Beaker's on the bar. I mean, can you catch Beaker in the background there? I'll just knock him off. I don't know what you see.
Mm-hmm. There he is.
He's there. So yeah. And even got all her glasses on there. So I've spoilt her rotten, mate.
Yeah.
They're rotten.
No, dedication there, mate.
I'll tell you what, this is how bad it is. This is how much I love it. I even got that glass. Can you see the branding on it? Not just the Stella bit either.
Oh, Evan.
Yeah, they're shit, aren't they?
Oh, she a toffee fan, is she?
She is, I'm afraid.
Oh, right, okay.
They lost to Norwich
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yeah.
right.
today, which is quite bad because Norwich was second from bottom, which moved them up to third. And we lost to Derby today, who were bottom, who moved up to second from bottom. So I can't take the piss. So, yeah. So, all pretty bad, really. But, yeah. And that's it. That's it. That's it.
Oh, good fun.
All good fun. Anyway, Mon, should we call it a day now?
Yeah, we can do. We can go with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Go and spend some time with the enemy for a little while.
Best do. Yeah.
You know.
Getting a good books.
That's it. Yeah. Off to the in-laws tomorrow.
Sunday roasting tomorrow, mate. In the element.
Yeah. Sunday roasting at the in-laws. I am. And their beer.
Buckshee meal and a buckshee beer.
That's it. Yeah. I'll probably wake up Monday morning, Gary. Wish I had tomorrow off.
Should have drawn that. Shouldn't have had that.
That's it. I'll be gutted if he's got triple Carmelite on, wouldn't I?
No, fucking hell. Same old, same old.
Yeah. A big day of heavy session beers. So, yeah. Right. We'll call it a day then.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Barry, for having me on, mate. Always appreciate it.
What do you mean? Thank you for having you on. It's your live, mate. Your live. So much appreciated that.
No, it's on your channel. What are you on about?
Yeah, but it should have been your live. It should have been your live.
No, it don't matter, does it? Don't matter. No. Pleasure to have a beer with you, mate. In other words.
And you, pal. And pleasure to have a good chat.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone stopping by anyway.
Yes. Much appreciate to everyone that's watched. And there's still 14 watching now. Can you believe it? There's actually more watching now, I think, than the first hour.
Wow.
I think everyone joined in later on.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, big thank you. It's been a lot of support tonight. It's been really good. It's been nice to have a chat with Dean. Nice to hear Dean.
I always like having a beer with you, Barry. You know that.
And I've actually had more beers than you, I think, tonight.
Yeah, fucking hardcore,
well, on
mate.
the live anyway. I don't know about beforehand. Big thanks to Stu C. Big thanks to Dave Wilson. Thank you, mate. Cheers, Liam. Thank you for watching. Lee the Miller. Thank you very much for watching again. And that's it. So I'm going to leave Dean in peace. Dean's going to sit and drink about 10 or 12 quads or something.
I might do that, actually. I might do that.
Go on. Be a bad one. Be a bad one.
I might.
We'll do it.
We'll see.
Do it. There's no we'll see. Do it.
Stop bullying me.
That's it. Stop bullying me. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Dean, for coming along. Nice to have a chat with you, pal. And we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah.
And that's it. So enjoy your beer. And you, Dean. Enjoy that one and that one. Everyone out there watching, enjoy your beers. I'm going to say cheers. And me and Dean will see you again sometime on another beer review. Cheers.
Ciao for now.